great to see them come together to kill each other.
And we see the game starting here. The first game is going to be on Erangel, guys, and the playing path looking pretty good for the first game. And we see Sanhok, perhaps a location school as well. It could be a hot drop here. And also, we have to note, we're also running on 1.2 times border speed as well as double weapons.
Yeah, you kind of have to do double weapons in the scrim a little bit because it's just... if you play a lot of public matches, you'll know how hard it can be to get an AR sometimes, and you really can't be having that in a scrim situation. It's not fair. You need to give everyone the chance to get stocked up on ARs and snipers and scopes and ammo, so they can, like, really what's important is the skill of the players and not how much loot they happen to find. And we do have in Primosk 2 teams. That might be one of our first little conflicts, although not far from Primosk, just next to Very Pier. It looks like Clash landed with someone, and have they just wiped? I'm not sure what happened. I just caught it on the map at the end.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams close together. I'm also looking at GE and King here. King, a good team here. They got 3rd place in last week's scrim, so we're going to have to see how they perform just the southeast of Georgia Pole here.
Yeah, it looks like we have a member of Clash, trying out for its, sorry, what's this team number 9 would be? In the Stars. So we do have a tryout here. It could be interesting to see how he goes. He might be moving team from Clash to In the Stars.
And really interesting here, In the Stars looking for more members, perhaps. In the Stars had not a great week last week. Came out 12th with only 17 points and 10 kills, though. So despite the short amount of points here in last week, we do know that we can get a lot of kills and make up for these points where perhaps they might play a bit risky. So because they've got all these kills and have not got many points, it suggests to me that they got eliminated really early last week, because I can't quite remember what happened. So it'll be interesting to see how they perform here. But Kingfield's just taken straight out by the side of GE here.
And Eclipse was running around with a crossbow. I think he's just taken a shotgun off Natsu there as he managed to get the rev in. It's very early game knock, and Eclipse wasn't quite prepared to deal with any of that. He did take one shot with the crossbow. That might have done some damage. I'm not sure if it landed, but he's got a shotgun now. And In the Stars are back to 4 players as they manage to revive Natsu. And it seems like Atlas Squad didn't make the push when they had a chance. They were actually pushing someone only armed with a crossbow if they did, but they did not.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like I'm just keeping an eye on the side of King here. They have lost 2 members to the side of G, and we'll have to see how they'll perform here with only 2 remaining members alive in their squad. And this could be bad for him. Golden Eagle Esports here really putting out a good fight on the southeast side of Georgia Pole here.
Yeah,
but not too far from that, we see so many other teams here as well, around the hospital here as well.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. Georgia Pole is crazy right now. It does look like King came out on top of that container clash there, but they've only got 2 members left, but they did come out on top of that. But they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams in the vicinity of Georgia Pole and Hospital. Interesting.
Yeah, and that's going to really hurt them as well, especially COMEGETSOME, a really good team on the north side there, right on top of Georgia Pole. And that's going to affect the side of King. With only 2 members and full squads around them, it's going to be difficult for them to make moves around the map. And they're going to have to try and come into the center of the map where there's going to be less teams ahead of them.
Just jumped over right now to Pachinki, seeing Leader from AX making a push on who's team 12? Sorry, that is the Orion Nebula, and he pushed a little bit too hard. He was up on the roof there with the 4 times the UMP, popping some long-range SMG shots off, but as he made that push, he just got wiped out by an Overwatch from T-God.
And we see Scary here on the inside of the buildings, making his position around the flank side between 2 halves of the side of Angry Kids here. We'll have to see how they perform.
Oh, I'm sorry. I started the YouTube stream a minute or 2 late again. There was a bit too much going on, but the YouTube stream has started with the plane flight, and the Twitch stream would have started from scratch. I wish YouTube was automatic, you know. It's really hard to stream, and remember to click on that button exactly 5 minutes after starting. Maybe we need...
Right, exactly doing those dual streams, am I right?
Yeah, so do stream into Twitch and YouTube. But on YouTube, when you have a delay, you've got to remember that delay and click start streaming at the exact right moment.
Comes perhaps an engagement here coming out of Angry Kids. Trash Eagle on the roof, but Scary is missing on the shots there. And Scythe also about half health. The grenade doesn't quite hit Scary. He has moved his position, but here comes Trash Eagle. Him down. Actually manages to get straight on top of Trash Eagle here, and that's what they need. They need to try protect Scythe here, and T-God really putting in the hurt. We're going to have to see as he goes in here. Can he find the pin onto XL? He's actually taken down Trash Eagle. Here comes the fight, but actually T-God taken down as well by the side of Trash Wild. And we're going to have to see, can he survive? No, he won't. He'll get straight taken out, and that will be one member of side of the Orion Nebula taken out. Make back two as they fall, and the entire squad just taken out like that.
Wow, the turning point in that engagement was really that double rebound grenade that hit off the top shed there on the roof, bounced back off the wall instead of falling off the roof, and he didn't even see it or hear it or notice it coming. He just stood there and got blasted. But actually his team managed to put it back after that crazy moment and wipe the rest of the squad, and we do have these lads sitting comfortable in Pachinki now, and it is over for the Orion Nebula. Yeah,
right now sitting right in the middle of the border here, and as we see the border shrink further and further, as we say that 1.2 times border speed, and we saw it last week here, Bigfoot, about how this affects the games, and we see so many teams inside the border, but so many teams often outside the border as well.
Yeah, and outside the border still Primashka. There was an excellent push grenade from Natsu there. More grenades are coming in from the rest of In the Stars. And that was another beautiful rebound. Oh my days, and a Tatsa saver gets finished off with a spray. In the Stars pushing in very hard right now. Hashira has taken one knock, but it looks like there is only one member left, and Nagoev is about to go down, and it is over for the Atlas squad.
Yeah, they will fall down in 15th place, which is not a great result for them, unfortunately. But importantly for In the Stars, they keep all four members alive going in. Still 14 teams left, which is really important that these squads try to keep themselves alive as a full four-man squad here, moving in to what looks like could be a really big engagement here onto Pachinki, with four more teams circling around the side of the Angry Kids here.
This is absolutely insane. We had 6 teams up by Georgiapol. King sitting on the crates with only 2 members, looking like they were going to be wiped out by one of those squads. And now King are the only members up at Georgiapol, as every other team has pushed towards Pachinki for whatever reason. I don't know, but it is going to get mad around this area right now.
Yeah, we see 2 members of BB Esports moving in against the side of a full squad of Angry Kids here. And we're going to have to really keep an eye on these 2 members here as they try and make moves forward into the center. Also in the red zone, but the houses will protect them. And that's really important that they stay inside the houses right now as this red zone continues here. And it's also going to be risky with 4 members of the side of Angry Kids starting to circle around. And it looks like Avis here is just going to try and make moves around side. Can he get onto the side of Trash? Well, he gets one knock. Can he find a second here with his team? BB Esports, can they do it?
That was interesting from Trash Wild there. He was making a pretty good push, but sort of hesitated on the corner there, and that did cost him his life as he got knocked. And we do have Exile trying to finish off the rest of this squad. There are 2 of them down. It is possible, but he really needs to get these frags out in perfect timing. And oh! Eagle comes back. Wow.
Yeah, unfortunately, will be Alice taken out there before he can reach the corner to get revived by his teammate Ozzy here. But we actually see Trash Eagle is going to get knocked down again. And also, we see these other teams here. We have to keep an eye on Totem and Universe and Penta all round the west and south side of these teams. Will look to come in here as Angry Kids start to really clean up the side of BB Esports here.
They just got pushed again while that rev was going, but it looked like the lad who was knocked is the one who went down and not Exile.
Can he find it? He gets one knock, but he's very, very low here. He's trying to reposition on the high side, tries to revive his teammates, but he's still one shot will do it from the side of side of Angry Kids here. They've got to be really careful here.
Angry Kids are gone, bro. Kobane finished that off with 1 chip of health.
Oh man, and there goes the team, as you say, and that is an insane Cobain coming out here, taking the team on his back and carrying them through that engagement. But we also these other teams moving around the west and south side here, and we're gonna have to be super careful and keep an eye on these teams about when they're choosing to engage, and these teams looking at how the border's gonna move as well. We could see a engagement and a skirmish from COMEGETSOME and Team Vodka.
It's just really interesting how every single squad decided to come to the middle here. You know, a lot of squads just edge in with the zone generally, and you know they'll push into the middle for position sometimes. But to see like 7 or 8 squads just head towards Pachinki before the second zone is even finished is very, very peculiar. It's definitely going to lead to a lot of good fights.
Yeah, we see 3 members of Vodka here running up to the side of full squad of COMEGETSOME. They have lost the side of Riz here, and unfortunately, that will cost them the man advantage. But we're trying to find a snipe, perhaps on to COMEGETSOME, but they are positioned in these houses safe for now.
And it looks like as Team King were trying to find somewhere to plant their feet, one of them went down to gun. And now it would be King only on 1 player, stranded in the middle of nowhere. But no, I can't even see him on the map now. Did I miss him in the kill feed? No, King managed to make it away by himself. King Bond, the survivor of the match, heading west by himself.
Any Soul members here, we've seen it last week, especially in our streams here, Bigfoot. It's interesting how the sole member of a team chooses to play the game, playing it sometimes defensively, but also sometimes choosing to go in and get those final picks off of a team fight, trying to clean up as that third man squad.
If you're a solo and you end up in that last circle and no one knows you're there, you can still get third place, even if there's 3 or 4 squads. You just wait for the right moment to clean up the knocks, clean up the people who are low on health and distracted, and we've seen it. We've seen a solo make it to the last circle and steal the game for his squad.
Yeah, and we'll have to keep an eye out on King about how they perform here. They still got a chance, and they're not out of the game just yet. But this skirmish here in this fight, still at a standstill for the side of Vodka versus CGS. But they have lost Raksani here, and that will cost him, as he will surely go down away from his team. There's going to be no way, really, unless he can get through this smoke bush here and try get into his teammate, but he will fall in front of his own eyes, and Joffrey now open and vulnerable here as well.
Very, very long-range nades coming in, but not quite landing where they need to. I mean, they're kind of throwing blind here into smoke and into bushes where they think they might be. A couple shots do land on Vasi, but COMEGETSOME could do with an aggressive push right now if they can make it across that open space. It does look like Joffrey's actually running away, with Vasi left behind.
Yeah, unfortunately, Vasi will just pick up this second car here now, and they're just going to try disengage from this fight because they realize that they can't go ahead into the side of COMEGETSOME. We see MW getting that shotgun onto Universe here, though.
Yeah, the Car 98 long range managed to get some sort of headshot, probably. And it looks like he even managed to almost bleed him out, but not quite. And they're going to make the push on 1 knock. Interesting maneuver. Normally you see teams wait for a second knock to make the aggressive push, but it looks like they're just going in. Balls to the wall. Most wanted, pulling up at the back of the warehouse. Safe position, ready to continue this engagement. They really want to wipe this squad.
We also have to remember Totem from the south side, the southwestern end of this map here, could be that third man squad. We've seen it before. Ads also very low here. We see MW most wanted trying to push in, and they're keeping an eye out on where the side of Universe are and seeing if they can make this engagement. But it's going to be hard, as there is a big open space between themselves and the team of Universe.
Universe Sunny there, he's used up all his frags, so he's picked up a couple more that happen to be there on the rooftop, and he can continue throwing into this warehouse.
Got to be careful here as this standoff continues. We still see the side of 13 teams remaining here, and the actual car comes in from the side of Most Wanted, trying to make that flank round, and they have successfully made that. But here comes the side of COMEGETSOME as well, moving into the fight, and Most Wanted just choosing to immediately disengage here. But Josh could be vulnerable here as he walks straight into the side of COMEGETSOME.
Josh driving away from these bullets, skipping every single shot, barely getting his health damaged, but it does look like a bomb got ADS. What is that? Yeah, it looks like the car exploded and that got ADS.
Yeah, unfortunately, Sensor taken down here by obviously losing his teammate here as well. ADS also down, and that's going to cost them. 2 members into the car got caught, and COMEGETSOME get that nice juicy cleanup as they walk in closer to the center here.
Yeah, very interesting to take. They took that disengagement, trying not to suffer too much damage, but just walked straight into the path of COMEGETSOME. This buggy is probably going to explode as well, and it might finish off ADS. If ADS can't get another couple feet away from that, you need to move back, buddy, or you're going to be going down when that buggy pops.
Yeah, just keeping an eye out around the rest of the map here, and the rest of the teams really choosing to be split, take their own area of the border here as it shrinks closer in the phase shift. We're about to move in as the circle comes closer now, and with that going straight down, we're going to see that blue border there shrink further closer in, and the side of MW going to be vulnerable as this shifts into the next phase.
But it did pop to where all the teams had already gone, and this is why some teams make the early maneuvers to get into that future circle. A lot of teams play the other technique of coming in slow, but this game we did not have too much variety, and every squad was on their way to Pachinki before the end of the second zone.
Yeah, Batman's still here, but he's very vulnerable here. Caught between 2 cars, did manage to keep ADS alive. Just trying to throw his frag straight onto Kensei from here and COMEGETSOME, but with only the cars here to cover them in the smoke from these vehicles, it's going to be hard to escape, and they just got to, as they are pinned down, find a way out, as Tim is as well, going for the flank round.
I'm going to call it. Josh is not doing enough for his team right now. This team are completely pinned, and he does have the opportunity to get an angle on COMEGETSOME, and he's just lying there in the grass, focused on a different squad that are probably a lot less important to be engaging with right now. Focused on limited edition. And Batman does go back down. COMEGETSOME really not letting these guys get away with any mistakes right now.
Yeah, Batman will be straight down, and that's going to keep them vulnerable here, as Ad's also taking a couple shots, using the smoke there just to try create some cover, but he also goes down, and this is when Josh needs to come in because his team are going to both die, and that's going to result in only him surviving and him being vulnerable in that open area and probably going to go down as well.
Yeah, it's too late. He's got to just run. The zone's coming. His team's knocked. He's now the last standing member, and is King still alive? I can't. Yeah. Bond is still alive, and he is firing shots at In the Stars. I'm going to shoot over to Bond and see how the survivor's going. It looks like he's doing great. Woo.
We're going to have to try to keep an eye on Bond as well, as we say that solo member can still make plays. Just because you're a solo man doesn't mean you can't get those knockups, those cleans from that other fight there that continues perhaps from the other teams here. But here comes the squad of AE here, and AQ. We're going to have to try see if they can make these plays.
So Bond managed to get down just in time there before they saw him. I think he threw a molly, so they're going to know someone's within molly distance, but they can see this in the Stars team down there at the petrol station. It looks like Bond managed to get 2 knocks out of 4 of that squad, but being the lone member, you can't make the push. He's now giving away his location. He needs to take on the whole squad right now. It's not going to happen, and Bond goes down.
Yeah, and that's what is the unfortunate about the vulnerability of a single man there going in against the squad. You can't be seen because they will go directly on top of you as 4v1, and there's really nothing that you can do unless you make God tier plays here inside this game. And we see 11 teams still alive though, and this phase shift now moving into the next phase 5 coming up here in the game.
Yeah, Bond really brought that upon himself. There was no need to fire when there was 4-man squad right there.
Yeah, just looking here, and the side of COMEGETSOME also going to come in here as well. But Brute and Vodka, this fight going to really play out right now.
What happened there? One member of Vodka was trying to get away from the bike, but pulled up at a shed where one member of Brute had already stopped. Then they just surrounded and swamped him. He was not going to survive. The other little shed over there does have Vasi from Vodka, and Virus is in the grass not too far away, keeping an eye out.
Virus trying to make that engagement onto Vasi, trying to find if he can get that snipe straight onto him. But we will see actually Totem and CGS here.
Yeah, Ajab getting that long-range shot into Pablo and also starting to bleed him out a bit. Wasted down by... Oh, Vasi trying to make a stand here, but there is 4 members of Brute upon him. He gets 1 knock, but that is not enough. That's a quarter as much as you needed to come out on top.
Yeah, and Brute just absolutely run him down here, and that will be unfortunately them going down. But Penta as well, they have to be respectful. This is an open playing field round the side of this first game here, which means the snipers and the long shot plays are going to start to come out here. And the smoke as well going to be especially important about how you're going to play defensively, offensively. If you're going to choose to split as a team, go 2 and 2, or if you're going to even go 1 member each side and see if you can surround a team.
Nearly every squad is shooting somewhere right now. We do have El Jab knocking times and finishing him off, maybe. Is that... Or was... Yep, that was Ajab finishing off times. And he's also seen the buggy put in for CGS, so he's aware of their exact location right now. And he's got that long-range scope of 6 times on his Scar L, trying to pop those single shots off into CGS. But they've sent him back, and he's now having to hide behind a bit of grass.
Yeah, unfortunately, that will be CGS really struggling here to get inside of that border, and that border closing in. Still 4, 5 teams, 6 teams really outside of this border still as it continues to close in, and it is going to start to do some fair amount of damage as we are on phase 5 coming up for phase 6 of the game.
This is a brutal zone. The pain really starts if you're in it, and you can't be dealing with that right now, and that is really putting CGS on a back foot, trying to push into zone. Brute made an early movement to zone quite a while ago. They came to that central shed as early as possible, and it looks like they're really taking advantage of that maneuver as they're just cleaning up the squads trying to make it to zone right now. Currently on 3.
But now the zone shifting here as well, Bigfoot, and we see 0 teams inside of that border, and this is where we're going to really start seeing the engagements come out here. And we see also on the side of Team 9 in the stars here are going to try and make these moves straight in, and Abs getting that next second kill for his team.
Nice, nice, nice. And we did just freeze there as I was watching Team Brute, so I'm going for a restart as quick as possible. Keep us posted on this last zone and who gets knocked out, please, buddy.
No worries, and we also see the side of Team 8, and that will be Gamers Unite Nations coming in as well as a full squad as well, looking really comfortable here with 5 kills on the board right now. And Paki 98 gonna be a member that we have to look at here as well. 4 kills for his team, and looks like he's really being the anchor for this team right now. And we're gonna have to see as well on the north side of Totem coming in here as well. Totem Esports, another team with 4 members, and Wasted getting that next 3rd kill for himself and the 4th kill for his team.
And that member of Gun was the member who managed to kill one of King, who were, as they were stragglers, and he was the one that brought Bond down to a lone man squad, affecting his luck for the rest of the game, but not quite as much as Bond did when he opened fire whilst he was unknown.
Wasted taking the side of Domino down to half health from the range there. Can he finish him off? I'm not sure he will be able to, as we actually see the side of Totem lead against these cars now up against the side of Brute, and they actually managed to take them down, and that unfortunately will result in now only 3 teams left, 9 players alive in this first game. But we still have to keep an eye on the full 2 squads here, and we have to also keep an eye on Eclipse here. Can he make that solo man play?
I think not. He's too far from the middle circle right now. He's probably not going to be able to get there crawling fast enough. He's going to have to get up and run, so he has to do it when the other members are distracted. But they all know that that's his location right now, probably, because they were fighting the rest of his squad. Gun did knock out Abs on his trial-out day. Abs did manage to make it in the first place, so that's a good trial so far for him. Totem getting the knock on Chrono and finishing him off. Well done.
And that will be what they need as they start to make this engagement closer towards the side of Gamers Unite here. And Totem really putting on the hurt. They have 8 kills on the board right now. The highest make that now 9 as they just wipe out, unfortunately, the 3rd place team here. And unfortunately, moving in here, looks like the side of Gamers Unite Nation are going to struggle up against the side of Totem, who seem to be making this position forward here.
Yeah, trying to make a wall of smoke. It looks like Totem just going to shoot blind into that smoke. Wasted is out on an excellent flank and might take some serious zone damage. It might even get knocked by gun, but that is a perfect place to be as they move towards the rest of the members of Totem.
Evil Boy up right now, but he's behind the smoke and he's trying to reposition here against Totem on the front side, but the border has caught him out, and with Totem inside the border, it's going to force the side of Gamers Unite Nation to come in closer, and that will just be immediately, as I say that, wiped straight out of the game, and Totem taking first place in that chicken dinner with a healthy 10 kills in game number 1.
Yeah, the zone pretty much finished them off there. They could not make it through their walls of smoke. And Totem definitely had the upper hand as that blue zone pushed in and dealt the damage for them as well as with them.
Yeah, also Gamers Unite Nation taking the second place with 6 kills as well. And In the Stars doing really well here with the side of 5 kills on the board. And also third place securing that. And Brute as well, the host team of this Scrims, in 4th place.
We're yet to see Brute completely dominate just yet, but that was a strong match for them, and it's looking like they can continue that momentum and maybe really claim some top 3 positioning in their own Scrims. And Clash Abs, I'm assuming he's a tryout. I can check out the tryout section of Discord, but getting more kills than the rest of the team and helping secure them a 3rd place, so that's going to look good for him if he's trying to get into the In the Stars team.
Exactly, and Clash was one of these teams that we saw, just going off of other Scrims last week here, Bigfoot was one of these teams that have really great mechanics, and even if they get 2 members taken out, they always know how to keep themselves in the game, and we're a Clash member are really trying out here in the Scrims tonight for the side of In the Stars. It really looks promising for this team.
Yeah, I'm going to pull up the results from last week here. It's going to take a little second as I put it into the streaming software. We can have a look at the exact points that happened last week. And like we said, unfortunately, in the Wawa family not making it through to this game this week, but they had some amazing stuff last week. There was a wicked double grenade from Hisoka. Oh, that's not the right results. That's Clan Wars. Okay, sorry. That'll be a little bit longer wait there.
I mean, obviously, when the scoreboard comes out, you guys will see it as well, but I want to kind of focus on these teams, and really looks like a different scoreboard coming out here for the teams here, and looking like, obviously, the teams like the Orion Nebula and the side of COMEGETSOME, even the side of King here, really kind of struggling in this first game, and to an extent Angry Kids as well, and it's more the teams of, as we see, In the Stars and even Totem Esports here really taking the win here against these other teams. Totem Esports is a team that with only 4 kills still securing 23 points is nothing to be overlooked at, and with Totem now really cleaning up their kill score and getting 10 kills in the first game, they really look like a team that if taken what they've learned from last week and improved into this week in the game number 1 here.
Yeah, last week Totem were playing a very slow game. They were waiting for their moments to move with the zone, like I said. Instead of pushing straight into the middle of the circle, they were zigzagging through those compounds, going with the zone, not pushing too far, not overextending. When the zone's right behind you, generally there's no one else right behind you. And that's how they made it to the top placements a lot last year, but that does bring the kills down, especially if you can't clean up that last circle. They were getting wiped on their attempts to push through that last circle for kills and first place placements, but they did manage to get into the top 10 with only 4 kills. So they have great survival techniques, but they need to match those survival techniques with the murderation.
Right, exactly, and they seem to be doing that, as we say, in game number 1. And looking also at Team Brute here as well, and a team that kind of performed fairly poorly. Will I add, last week only 16 points. They do have those 10 kill points from last week, but getting 4th place is going to boost their game points here, Bigfoot, and that looks really promising for a team like Team Brute, who we know, given the opportunity, can get all these kills on their board as well.
Yeah, great stuff. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how ththese scoreboards compare. There is a few teams not with us from last week, but that is good for the variety.
Exactly, here in obviously looking at all these teams this week here coming in, it's going to be really interesting to see how these returning teams like Totem, like In the Stars, like COMEGETSOME, like even Brute top teams will compare as these teams coming new into this week will start to figure out how to play against these teams. But we also have to look at the different maps coming up here as well. Bigfoot in the second map of the tonight is going to be Miramar, which is very different to Erangel.
Yeah, completely different gameplay needed. Really need to secure those long-range weapons and those long-range scopes. Barely see anyone rocking a shotgun or anything like that in Erangel. In Miramar. Although I was recently taken out, 2 members of my squad the other day, taken out by someone with a sawn-off in the hot drop. Very embarrassing.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's just how it goes, man, in the game of PUBG. And it's also a bit of luck, you know, with where the weapons are in the drops. But, you know, I think, honestly, looking at PUBG Mobile, the different maps are really impressive, right? And looking at how the play style of these different maps comes forward into these different teams. And obviously we have all the maps being played tonight with Sanhok and Vikendi, Game 3 and Game 4 respectively. And I'm going to be really looking forward to looking at maps such as Vikendi, because Vikendi, one of these maps here that can either go really early game or really late game as well.
Yeah, and rune codes haven't quite came out for the next one. I think it's only generally a 10-minute wait or so. We shouldn't be too long. Happy Juice, one of the organisers of the Scrims here, the host, is messaging me for screenshots. We can get those out of the stream there. And the second codes have come out. It will be at 20:45, so that is Central Eastern Time. So that will be 10 to 9 in Central Europe and 10 to 8 in Britain if you're watching. So I'm just going to put that information up on the next one here. That would be 20:50 Central European Time. Here we are. There we are. Thank you very much. So we're going to take that would be a 10-minute break now, and we will be back in 10 minutes. Thank you very much.
It's the Mr. Bigfoot, Louis Zico.
Rubber, 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 rubber dub. Rubber, 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 rubber dub. Rubber, 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 rubber dub. Rubber, 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 rubber dub.
So the bass been rumbling, ganja man get crumbling. Raw paper skunking it, cigarette nah don't funk with it. Bigger rhythm we're bumping it, rack up the stack stop pumping it. Fill up the club and stumble it, in the rubber dub tub and dunking it. Dive in the bass, lo-fi riding a sign in a wave. And your mind vibrates to the vibes that we're laid. Light up a rhythm with a rhyme in a rave as the lo-fi Viking slicing away. Lo-fi samurai with no shame, getting on it with the honor and the fame. Said swell well sound and lo-fi say it's
sound crisp when we rock up in a dance and bust the biggest hit. When we play that big tune, tell the DJ reload. Put the MC a feature to with a bit of sweet flow. Yeah, the sound heavy and the sound fat. When we turn up all the speaker box and bust
track. Crank of the double with master that.
Chef of the Mega Man blast attack. Wild step of style, step to that.
Sneeze up, we bring that steez up. If a track please, then a track get wheel up.
Positive drops to the biggest of the speakers. Clear in the bass, been sharp in the tweeters.
In this life, no boss can beat us.
Quit that job, no boss to feed us.
Respect is a two-way street, cuz, so we not let authority lead us. Oi, oi, Trinity Lo-Fi.
Trinity Lo-Fi.
It's rubber dog.
Yes, this sound pretty and this sound crisp when we rock up in the dance and bust the biggest hits. And yeah, we played that big tune, tell the DJ reload. With the MC I feature to the bittersweet flow. Yeah, this sound heavy and this sound fat. When we turn up all the speaker box and bust up in the dance. And when we drop the heavy lyric, tell the DJ pull up. With the MC I feature to let me ride up on this song.
Yeah. Helgoland, yeah. Helgoland sports coming all the way at Trondheim, yeah. Here we are in Bristol City. Stick to sticky buzz. They stick to my hands like swords, and I pick them sticky buns to skin up pretty blunts. They exhaust my woes and they make me think about weapons that we're born with. Blown in a blink when I'm out there when blocking ideas. I stick to pop and sticky buds. Now stick to ideas like mud lanterns get rubbed and sticky buds. When we rinse flowers grind to dust, we pop them sticky buds. We love to stick to sticky buds, sticky icky buds. Let this breathe, let me begin about the myth behind worship and religion. Manipulated to control every vision. The choices are probably your own decision. But you have arisen from indoctrination of the media and education systems gracing a current establishment that facing the place and making one big brand and being chased away. But in my top when full of ideas, I stick to pop and sticky buds. When I stick to ideas that mud lanterns get rubbed sticky buds. When ravens from guns grind to dust, whip up them sticky buds. Left to stick to sticky buds, yes sticky icky buds. Power replaces holy power to make folks swear and oath that is in the tower. Do this, do that, do this, do that, fear and cover. Pay your penance, who at the final hour. Take your pills and take a shower. Look what I'm talking, but don't glower. Gain another look at the truth you can do so when you choose to. Many are not catching, many are wing. When it should be counting while they are so opening. But the matter when full of ideas, I stick to pop and sticky buds. When down stick to ideas that mud lanterns get rubbed sticky buds. And ravens flow blows gone to dust. Rip up them sticky buds. Well love to stick to sticky buds. Yes, sticky icky buds.
It all started with a sticky icky bud that wore my head up from a gritty fuzz. A lie from the pig above rips our head and sticks to us and tricks us into wickedness. So grab a sticky icky bud and flip the pyramid. Whip it up, skin a bud, skin it in the hippie blood. In the city struggle, make a spirit start giving up. So puff a bit of bud, bring the wisdom up. With the sticky icky bud from the king above. Getting trippy with the pretty witty bland food. I live in dub, live in love, and I ask you to break borders and walls and to smash through. Catch the truth and spread it like a bad flu. We've been born in the system that traps you, with the rules and the laws that attack you. Reduce your value, poisoned by fast food. Free your mind with the sticky icky rap crew.
I stick to pop and sticky buds. Now stick to ideas that want lanterns get rubbed and sticky buds. Raise my buzz and run to dust. Pop them sticky buds. Not just stick to sticky buds, you sticky icky buds. I talk when full of ideas, I stick to pop and sticky buds. Now stick to ideas that want lanterns get rubbed and sticky buds. And when raise my buzz run to dust. Rip up them sticky buds. Not just stick to sticky buds, you sticky icky buds. Sticky icky buds. We like to sticky icky buds. I'm going to tell you how we've come to spread the love with Erangel and Tinto. Yeah, we do this and we know it's all about how we grow. We're sticky icky buzz. We like to stick to the mouth to the sticky take it from above, yeah, that's the kicky buzz.
Screen, turn off your LCD, turn off your CRT, Friday's lights, let eyes be clean. Turn off your telly screen, turn off your LCD, turn off your CRT, Friday's lights, let eyes be clean.
And they planted the seed, planted the screen, it's the plan of the beast, commanding the mind of the man to perceive. Quicksand guards the lies of the seed, seed spread, screens in the street, markers of the adverts will leach. Teach kids to be in the feed, they should learn with the trees, not learn from a screen. What's that? Do you really wanna watch that? Do you wanna get lost in the cop trap? Do you wanna rock in the box when the lights off with zero human contact? You're not that way, we're gonna rise up, got a blinding light inside us. We'll reclaim telewaves and leave these distractions behind us.
Turn off your telly screen, turn off your LCD, turn off your CRT, Friday's lights, let eyes be clean. Turn off your telly screen, turn off your LCD, turn off your CRT, Friday's lights, let eyes be clean. Don't need no idols, don't need stars from network psychos. There's stars inside our sky and they don't need no plastic lipo. And when I dream in sleep, I choose where I fly and I go above these boundless lands and feel the scenes that in my mind grow. See, when you're lucid, there's all kinds of mind improvements. You can choose your scene, choose your dream and choose your movements. Connect with heaven, let your head be tuned in. The screen is a replication of the dreams we see as humans. Turn off your telly screen, turn off your...
Okay, hello, and we are back for Game 2 in Miramar. Very different gameplay to Erangel. We're going to be excited to see what these guys pull off and where the zone goes. Some very interesting parts of terrain here that the zone can finish up on, and there is only sometimes just a small noggin of terrain to hide behind. But sometimes that's all you need to crouch down and heal and get back at the other squad. I do like the terrain finishes in this map, but an Urban Warfare one is just as appreciated.
Yeah, and looking obviously at Miramar, the second game here, and will be places such as Vikendi, El Pozo, even Los Leones, even San Martin, etc. But we will see the plane path coming in here, and it's going to go directly down from the west, northwest here, and it will be heading down to the southeast here on the plane path, and going really good plane path down here beside Picado, beside the power grid here, but also going through El Pozo. And perhaps a couple of teams will choose to go beside of the east side of the map here towards the side of San Martin and up the hill towards half the end of the Patron and the water treatment maybe as well, depending on where the border goes as well here, Bigfoot.
Yeah, this is the most lethal flight path you can have on Miramar because it covers all of the hot spots. It covers all the main places people want to go. That does leave some to drive out to, of course. It's impossible to cover this whole map. It's so big. But the main drops can get pretty mad, but it looks like GE seem to have got El Pozo all to themselves, which is going to leave them extremely kitted out as they push the zone. Maybe we'll see teams doubling up in Picado here, but it's looking like it might still only be Brute, maybe, the only team to land in Picado. We'll see. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, we will have to keep their eye on them here. And Most Wanted, interestingly, looks like they're a little bit split here. Josh, Sensor, and Batman as they fly down with ads right in the firing line between the side of Gamers Unite Nations. But they're going to try to split out here, get different places for themselves, and try and keep themselves up quicker, but also slightly riskier. When you have 4 members split, we've seen it before, entire squads getting wiped out one by one really early on.
Yeah, it's really not looking good for Ads here. He's dropped right up in the grill of Gun. But we do have Gun slightly split too, so this could go either way, as it looks like Senso's dropped next to one of the members of Gun.
Looking as well at the side of Universe versus King right now, on the side of Hacienda in between San Martin as well. And we're going to have to see how King perform. They did lose a couple members early in game number 1 on Erangel, so we're going to have to see how they'll improve on their team fighting ability, as they look like they're going to go for this engagement early on once again.
Yeah, Senso's making that armorless, helmetless push with an M16. This could be a really interesting start to the game. This guy from Gun is by himself. I was brought up not to say that word, so but I'm guessing if he's put it out on his username, it's fair play. But yeah, he's stuck. He's in this building by himself. He's got Senso on him, and it's looking like Ads is coming straight in. And I can't see another member of Gamers Unite anywhere now in this area. We did see Packy98 get quite a lot of shots last game, a couple kills at least in that final circle, but they did get destroyed by Zone, and now it's looking like they're going to start their game getting destroyed by Most Wanted.
So actually does manage barely to find a knock-up, and kill likely going to go over against Packy. And Packy, really good member to get straight out here, did actually start game number 1 here with 4 kills, but getting taken out really early on by Senso here from obviously MW.
Yeah, good thing he had an S12 and not an S6 there, you know. Only 2 shots in the S6, but 5 shots in the S12, and he did miss. I think it was shot 2, 3, and 4, and the 5th shot landed clean and knocked him out there. Beautiful stuff. Now, where are the rest of Gamers Unite? So they've landed a bit north of here, and they're going to be a bit annoyed about that. And if they can loot up, they're probably going to push back to La Bendita and get those revenge pops off. GE completely comfortable up in El Pozo, loads of loot for them, same with Brute and Picardo, no one taking those hot spots competitively, and no one competing for them. Instead, up in San Martin, one of our other favourite places in Miramar, we do have 3 squads slightly spread out in the stars up at Hacienda up the hill. A common manoeuvre after landing at Hacienda is to push the back end of San Martin and see who's hanging around. King are there currently with Universe, and maybe by the time in the stars push in, one of those teams will already be gone.
Here comes Cypho on for the Orion Nebula straight through the side of El Zahar here, and we'll have to see how he performs here. Perhaps going to go straight through the entire side of Totem and try lock up himself here as building against Alajab here.
So yeah, Totem did get a knock on Liliuka there, and King also currently in an engagement back in a different part of the map. Very hard to keep up with everything. Aeljab pushing away from Sife's location. Sife seems pretty good for now, but where is Aeljab heading?
Yeah, and I'm just keeping my eye on King right now, and we'll have to see how these teams perform. Obviously, it will be King versus the side of Universe, but Bond on the flank side here behind the entire side of Universe, trying to get that snipe straight on to Dissy here.
And that was wasted, cleaning up that member there of Orion Nebula. He's currently in first-person switch, a very, very good patch in my opinion. Being able to switch to first-person in TPP mode can be used extremely tactically, or can just be used if you prefer to walk around like that, looking with a different field of view. I definitely prefer first-person myself, so it's nice to see these players utilize it in TPP as well.
Yeah, we'll just have to see how Universe perform here, as well as they do have obviously Dissy split 3 members on the eastern side of Hacienda here, and we'll have to see how they're going to perform with a Molotov here. Will actually just never mind about that, as Dizzy does lose his life here, runs out of the health bar after being knocked down sneakily by the side of King Bonds here, and looking at Goldie Mafia as well, and even Sunny up front here against the side of King, but only 3 members left. They're going to have to be careful how they position. Frills on the high ground as well, looking for that snipe.
You can see so much of San Martin from the top there, but Mafia out-snipes Frills, and Frills goes down, stranded away from the rest of the squad. King need to wipe Universe and get up that hill and get him revived before it's too late now. There is 3 members of Universe. Goldie slightly spread out, might be able to cancel Bond's flank. Untouched and Fresh on a slight pincer on Sunny. If he can see one of them first, he's going to be alright, and he can wipe them out one by one. They do already have that knock on the hill, and it does not look like anyone's going to make it to Frills, although Fresh is now driving up. Although he crashed. He crashes into a box.
I mean, looks like Frills is going to suffer the same fate as Dizzy from the side of Universe, who has already gone down, and unfortunately they actually do perhaps almost get 2 Frills here. Fresh going right around the backside. I eat my words here as he does get to him here.
Yo, that's
and
great.
Frills
No, you're gonna eat your words, and Frills is gonna eat some meds, and everyone's happy, and this fight continues. Yeah, man, that was a good little escape. Although that crash into the box there on the way out could have been fatal. I mean, like, when you're driving away from a squad, you cannot be bumping into something because you're instantly stopped and you're no longer a moving target, and it's terrible to die that way. Just before doing this scrimcast, I wasn't driving in the last circle. Someone else was driving, and we drove past one guy and pulled up in the middle of the open, and sure enough, 3 other guys were there, and they wiped us. Oh!
Yeah, it does look like they're trying to find the members of Universe here as Sunny goes down as well. And I'm keeping my eye out on Orion Nebula, who have actually lost all but 1 member against Totem here. Scythe, the only remaining member against 3 from the side of Totem.
I hope Scythe can pull that back, but they were a bit spread out around Totem there, and Totem just managed to pick them off one by one as Totem were in exactly the right locations that they needed to be do so. And it's a bit of a shame for Orion Nebula right now, but maybe they can put it back.
Yeah, keeping obviously an eye on the skirmish here between Universe and the side of King, and we see Fresh trying to find the angle, but so is Goldie on the other side. Perhaps going to try throw that grenade straight on top of him here, and will it land? We're going to have to try find out.
Yeah, they're absolutely surrounded, aren't they? Like, Universe, yep. One shot.
Goldie
M24
taken down
from
by the
Untouch.
corner here by Untouch.
Just takes 1 bullet to the head with the M24 if someone's wearing a poor helmet. You pretty much need that level 3 helmet to get away with that. And yep. Hey, buddy. Bond, you cheeky mofo. You can't just be doing emotes at him. Get him gone.
Yeah, unfortunately, we Goldie going down, and that got to feel bad, man. Mafia, the only surviving member left, with 17 teams still alive and 0 kills on the side of Universe. A really bad game coming out from Miramar, choosing to go up against King here, and King just absolutely dominating him.
Yeah, Mafia is not going to make it out of this. All 4 members are moving in on him, and they're actually timing it perfectly, so they move in together. And if he runs out one side, he's going to run into another member of the squad. There you go. Run out one door, get hit by the flank. Run out the other door, get hit by the front push. There's nothing you can do, Mafia. Those nades going in the top floor, but no, it's over. It's over. Go on, Bond. Finish him off. Boof, boof, boof. Bish, bash, bosh. And that is Universe out. It's over for them.
Taking 17th place there is not what you want to see, and they're going to get minimal to no points from Miramar on the second game. But we still have 15 teams. I actually correct myself as another team falls down here. And looking into the middle of the map here, the middle of the circle, it does look like Most Wanted on the top of the hill here, as well as the side of Brute, taking the center of this circle shift. But here comes obviously the side of GM here moving in as a solo member, but as well Vodka and as well Gamers Unite Nations coming down from the north towards these two teams.
Yeah, so In the Stars tried to make a push into Picardo there, but Brute held them off and they just made a retreat. And it's going to keep them alive and get them some better placements. We do see some other teams get knocked out. It's looking like AE and In the Stars now are clashing up on the hill, not too far from Picardo. And it's up to Critch to hit Natsu, or vice versa. This is a 1v1 situation. The rest of the squad are down for both of these players. And
yeah, actually does look like they will start to lose members here, and it will be In the Stars getting taken out, and AEQ survive.
Yeah, Equilibritas, very strong players there. Interested to see that corner fight. A corner fight can definitely go either way, no matter who's on what health or who has what weapon. In TPP, it's all about timing and getting those first shots in. It looked like the last member of ITS took a jump there, but he was on top of it and he managed to get those shots in. And he's actually on the rev for both of his team members now, and they are sitting comfy on 3 players.
Yeah, did lose Chrono's set in that skirmish against In the Stars, but with still 3 members alive, they're still looking very healthy here. But Brute starting to get surrounded by 2 teams here.
Yeah, Brute didn't actually have to move anywhere right now. If you land in Picardo and there's no one there, you just take all the loot and wait, man. People are going to come to you and you can clean up those kills. A lot of high points, a lot of different bits to hide in, windows to poke out of. These red buildings have infinite windows, so you can always change your peak point. And it's looking like you got to getting some more kills down there. CGS Pablo just went down to a gun member. Yeah, NATO is going to get up on that top spot, I think. Very good blind spot. You can get prone on the top of the roof there, and only a couple little places on the map can see you. But that does include the high ground where GM are pushing in from.
Yeah, we see Times actually getting shot out of his car there. And Gun really putting up the fight and denying any movement here from COMEGETSOME. Times now stuck below the hill there, just using that slight dent into the hill and to keep himself under cover. CGS starting to move in now against Evil Boy here, and we'll have to see how he performs here. Stuck behind a broken car, nowhere for him to move, trying to find that snipe onto Times, but misses. Can he try find it now? Misses once again.
Yeah, Kensai gets Chrono down. Chrono re-knocked Pablo, but then Kensai managed to counter fire and get Chrono knocked himself, and he gets straight on the rev for Pablo. Evil Boy up on that flank position on the right-hand side. Harami currently trying to shoot him down and stop that annoying thorn in the side of this situation. Pubg coming towards Chrono, but it does look like he gets finished.
Yeah, it unfortunately does look like the side of Gamers Unite Nation with 2 members left here. They will start to get picked off by the side of COMEGETSOME as 1 more falls, and Evil Boy, the last surviving member, just choosing to try get out while he can.
Is he running? Yeah, his buggy was blown up, man. I don't know if he blew it up himself for cover, but his buggy's gone, and now he's out of here. He is not trying to take this any further. COMEGETSOME healing up, buying him some time to get away. Run into that little compound where we saw Hisoka do those amazing nades last week. And the zone shifts out of Picardo, and it's now up to Brute to make it out and past or out and through these other squads surrounding them right now.
And this choke point is really going to hurt Brute as well, but it's going to hurt teams like the likes of King here on the back foot, the furthest team around this choke point before the border now. And we see actually ATS making that move straight into the border. But we also see Aequilibritas here taking the flank perhaps around Penta, seeing if it can find any sneaky kills. But the grenade's going to almost land on Rich here. He's got to be careful in this choke point here, in this flank between multiple teams moving in around him.
Wow. Just doing a quick restart here. If you could keep us up to date with that Picardo action for a minute, that would be great. Brute waiting patiently there, and now it looks like the tide's changed for them as that zone shifted away.
Yeah, Domino trying to move the car around, trying to take Fires with him, who's getting shot down. Unfortunately, Fires locked down before he can run to the vehicle here to NATO and Domino here. And We're going to have to try and see if Merly can catch up. And it looked like Brute are choosing to disengage hard out of this fight as Vodka surround them.
No, I'm glad they're making it out. They do not want to go down early. I would like to see them dominate their own scrims. I always like to see the host dominate, and it looks like I'm stuck in the room. This is a ridiculous bug that Tencent need to sort out. How can I be in this room when I was in the game? How can you see my profile picture there saying match in progress? And I'm not in the match.
Domino looking like he's going to fall down here as well. Gets sniped. Third man party by ATS here. And looking like Atlas Squad trying to come back from this first game as they just immediately take down the side of Brute. And they are out of game number 2 here. Right, exactly. Actually, G-Met gonna get completely wiped out here by Untouched, who just comes straight round the corner. And with the help of Bond there, they actually just make moves straight onto the side of Janix here. And looking like he will be cleaned up here, perhaps. As Janix going prone with, obviously, the ghillie suit there as well, trying to take down cover and try and get those snipes onto Untouched, but not going to hit them fast enough. And as we see the side of King surround him, the border's going to start closing in, but only phase 3 shift. It's not going to do too much damage. Will provide time for Janix here to try and find a way around. Late once again on trying to hit out Bond. Can he get the grenade in? Untouched here on the flank, and I don't think he's noticed him. Bond trying to loot up here right now, but Janix could suffer a flank here from Bond as well, from the enemy team. And as we look at Bond here as well, here, Bigfoot, looks like he's trying to find a way up to Janix, who is on the high ground. We see Fresh as well, moving into the same building.
Yeah, that's me out. I can't get back in. Sorry, I've just been trying to get back in, but I'm just completely locked out of the game. It's a really annoying Tencent bug. Just the graphics freeze, and then when I reload, I'm back in the lobby. So if you can do the radio for the rest of the game if you want, and we'll get back with game 3.
No worries, I can cover you here for game number 3. And with obviously 11 teams remaining, it actually looks like the side of Janix here is actually just completely wiped King, taking 3 members down here. And Thrills, now the only sole survivor. And as we see as well, on the other side, Thrills split with the side of Untouched here as well. And we're just going to have to see if King can resurrect themselves from this deficit here. They did manage to take out Janix finally, but only 2 members surviving. And ATS gonna be their next team here to come up against them. 4 members of ATS here still in the game. Still 10 teams remaining with Janix going out the final member from his team there. In Totem with 3 members now making the engage as a circle shift does move around to La Bendita, slightly north of Los Leones, and that's going to shift the side of Aequilibritas as well as UP up towards the circle into the side of Penta and Angry Kids here. Angry Kids had quite a passive game here with 0 kills, but 4 members on the squad as well, and actually the knock up onto Penta here as well as they move further in. Right now, 32 members alive in the game in 10 teams. And it looks like, unfortunately, Trash Wild has crashed his car, so that will be the vehicle down for him, unfortunately. And that's going to cost him as he's trying to escape this border as well. And it looks like Trash Wild will just perhaps going to be going down to the border, unfortunately. Vodka still alive with 2 members here. And looks also like a skirmish could come out for Most Wanted and Come Get Some. We're gonna have to try see how this will play out here. As Harami on the front of Come Get Some side, they try go round through the flank here against the side of Most Wanted, gets the shot and now almost taking down actually the side of Batman here, and he's got to be really careful. He goes down low using the med kit, but that's going to provide Come Get Some time to come round and take him out here. And unfortunately, Batman will be the next to fall in this game. And with Most Wanted, only 3 members left. Senso trying to find a flank behind Come Get Some, but can he do it quick enough? We'll also have to keep an eye out on Pablo here as well. As just saying, actually taken out, but times as well as Ads managed to find a 1-for-1 here, but Josh still alive and trying to carry his team right now. Ads trying to be resurrected, and they actually completely wipe out Come Get Some through the flank from the side of Most Wanted. They weren't going to survive. Come Get Some as that flank did come in and take 2 members out. Most Wanted going to keep 3 members alive here with Ads, Josh, and Senso moving into this border here as it has closed around between La Bendita and Los Leones. Still 7 teams alive. Penta taking the center of the border here as well. Totem moving in here, and as well as Aequilibritas on the edge of the border on the east southern side here. And UP as well, still a full squad. Could see a skirmish from this 4-on-4 here. But Aequilibritas still making moves closer, but avoiding the side of Totem. Wasted on 2 kills. Chris on 1, 3 kills for the team here. Still have Alajab here as well. The 3rd member, but have lost Yogan. Only 3 members. And Most Wanted actually going to try clean up Vodka here. As Raksani here is actually, going to perhaps go down to 3 members of Most Wanted. As healing up for the engagement here. Can he find it? And can Raksani take one out perhaps? Can he do his job for his team? Only 1 kill for the side of Vodka right now. They're going to have to try to be careful. He can't stand up. His team's right behind him as well. And he's actually going to get shot from behind, trying to reposition here. But Most Wanted sandwiches him closer into the game. And we also see a couple bits of skirmish here as Angry Kids here on the back foot here behind Vodka. Trying to find that solo kill before Most Wanted can get it. He's going up. Can he find it onto Senso? Misses. Back down onto the prone. Totem and Penta, we've got to keep our eyes on them as well. The 2 teams remaining in this border shift. But actually, Raksani's going to get taken down by the backside. And that will be Exile from Angry Kids getting that snipe. And unfortunately, Ads as well going to go down. And Most Wanted, this team we thought were out of this entire game, really quiet, have now come in and started getting these picks behind and sandwiching teams together. Trash Wild also going to go down as well here. Here we come, the final fight here, and Totem look like they've got positioning beside Penta, but as I say that, Wasted actually managed to find the knockoff win. Here we come, as Penta versus Totem will be the final 2 teams here, as unfortunately it looks like BB Esports just going to struggle to get in, and they will lose their members on their team. Avis will fall, and that will be BB Esports taking 3rd place, but perhaps Avis can get into the circle. Barely he can, but he's going to be met by Michi on the side, and he actually takes him out, gets the snipe and the knockup, but Duskin keeps him alive, and unfortunately, it will be the entire team going out, but they do not find that kill on Michi here. Barely survives with his life. And it's going to be a 3-on-3 here. 6 kills for Penta with 5 on the side of Totem. Can they complete the streak here? Can they take their next game? But can Totem also do a second game justice here as they move forward in? And the grenade goes high onto Penta, onto Cloudtail. Can he find it? No, he cannot. As they move in closer, they start to close in on the side of Penta, but they are together and they are a force to be reckoned with here, guys, as we move into the second game. Duxon trying to find that snipe onto Alajab directly across from him. as he tries to find that snipe on the 330 degrees mark here against Alajab. Also on the other side, we're going to 0 kills on him, but he's trying to make his mark. Get the first blood for himself on the side of Totem here, trying to find that snipe on the edge. But no team going to move out towards the window. And we see Wasted as well, trying to make moves forward, trying to pincer the side of Totem in here as the border does shift. And they're both outside the border with only 30 seconds. Both teams are going to have to clean themselves up here, or unfortunately fall to the border. Michi is going to fall down here as that makes a final stand. Totem trying to engage as well. But unfortunately, Michi also going to go down. And that will be Cloudtail going down as well. And that will be Totem taking the next game and taking the second game's chicken dinner with a respective 8 kills on the board.
Wow. I'm sad I didn't see that, but that was excellent to listen to. Thank you, buddy. And I'm glad for Totem taking that W. Well done.
There we go, and that will be the second game, and it will be Totem in first, Penta in second with 6 kills, and with only 1 kill, BB Esports take third place. So we also see Angry Kids in fourth, MW Most Wanted in fifth, Aequilibritas in sixth, and in 7th place, the top 7 teams will finally be Vodka.
Wow, excellent stuff. Okay, so sorry about the freeze there. The graphics freezing and the locked in the room bug are something I can't do anything about. It happens on every device. I'm really sorry. I'm going to write Tencent an email just addressing this issue, and hopefully in the next patch we'll have a lot less of this. But yeah, so would you like to take a 15-minute break, and then we'll come back with game 3 and hopefully not get froze out of the last circles?
Sounds good, man. Sounds good.
Okay, we'll see you shortly.
I say, smoke weed and get high, you know? I get so high I can't feel my face. The result from the trees are blaze. I just roll one and now I'm floating away. I said I won't come down today.
I was a bigger kid, but Chavez belittled us. I read the Beano more than a little bit. The world and its words and its curse quickly riddled us, and from the get-go, your authority was crippling. Ahead for the maths was ahead of my class, until my head found I grasp off and pass. Why did the law say we can't smoke that? Cause the alter the mind is to open it fast. I opened my mind up to whole new roads. Now I'm vaping the blood as I wander the globe. Try and keep facing my conscience and soul aligned in a way that will flow with the whole. I know addiction's a curse, and you're hooked on the cigarettes mixed with the herb, making chances of cancer or strokes much worse. And the poison in smoke got your energy burn. Now I vape it, got to take care of the basics. Thanks to the trees, respiration is sacred. Plants are the fungi raising our brains as we're channeling the chi from the earth in creation. We need to escape, so we seek for relation. The real fix is the future we're making, which starts in the choice each human is taking in this Babylon nation.
I get so high I can't feel my face. The result from the trees are blaze. I just roll one and now I'm floating away. I said I won't come down today. I get so high I can't feel my face. The result from the trees are blaze. I get so high, I can't feel my face. The result from the trees are blades. I just roll one and now I'm floating away. I said I won't come down today. I get so high, I can't feel my face. The result from the trees are blades. I just roll one and now I'm floating away. I said I won't come down today. Every day is an holiday when you're living in Jamaica. Oh, I say, every day is an holiday when you're living in Jamaica. Free your mind, free your soul, free the life that they try to control. See these signs, see they show a long stride to the end of the road. Free your mind, free your soul, free the life that they try to control. See these signs, see they show a long stride to the end of the road.
In this battle we tackle the masses, the capitalists. We slash the wrists, the cash and the pigs, the minds they grasp and twist. We try and free the minds with the rhymes we ride on sine waves. We seek to find and free the lives inside the violent mind games. I want to murder this burden before it murders us. Inside my mind I'll be searching whilst I work in dust, a servant of the sun that serve us through this hurtful flood. Until death will find us land and return to us. The signs say we might make a hell on earth, and I believe it, but please feel inside my verse. Feel inside this curse, see the tyrants have unearthed a demon on this planet, man, and damage it with words. And when you wake up and take up your rage, escape from this maze and just shake off your chains. Break out your cage, know your mind is no slave. It's a priceless device that can make love or hate.
Free your mind, free your soul, free the life that they try to control. See these signs, see they show a long stride to the end of the road. Free your mind, free your soul, free the life that they try to control. See these signs, see they show a long stride to the end of the road. The clock is ticking, souls are itching to be woken up. Reading Revelations, I see this age was spoken of. The four horsemen have come to fight the hope and love. We came here to warn you as we flow over broken dogs. Our doom is looming and it seems the most are choosing to be blessed inside their ignorance and worship those abusing. Worship clothes, thinking they're winners but they're losing. Yo, it's quite confusing, watching humans on improvement. I see a movement, but no one's getting mad enough. There's no time left, Mother Earth has had enough. Ununited, you see that we won't damage much. So free the police and the soldiers from the backers clutch. Trapped in the lust of their greed, if we don't drop attachment, we won't be free. There won't be no freedom for you, I or he. Will be turned into oil, watch that cycle repeat. Free your mind, free your soul, free the life that they try to control. See these signs, see they show a long stride to the end of the road. Free your mind, free your soul, free the life that they try to control. See these signs, see they show a long stride to the end of the road. The clock is ticking, spoken up. Long stride to the end of the road. Had enough. see pride and I see power. Don't let any man devour your soul. I see pride and I see power. Don't let any man devour your soul. I see pride and I see power. Don't let any man devour your soul. I see pride and I see power. Don't let any man devour your soul.
Living in a world that can feel so cold, and when times get hard you can feel alone. Just turn up this one and let love take control, cause Trinity no fire will nourish your soul. Sisters and brothers, stop for a second, take a look in at the mirror, tell me what do you see? I see love staring back at me. When you look upon yourself, can you see the beauty in your blemishes and stuffs? And diamond is no less beautiful uncut. No matter your size, creed or color, we are all connected to one another and can feel pride in ourselves. No need to put another man down. Feel pride, you know that you can achieve. Your potential is limitless like the stars up above. Now tell me, what do you see? What do you see?
What do you see?
I see pride and I see power. Don't let any man devour your soul. I see pride and I see power. Don't let any man devour your soul. I see pride and I see power. Don't let any man devour your soul. I see pride and I see power. Don't let any man devour your soul.
Your imperfection's perfect. Yeah, all the love in the universe. Yeah, yes, you deserve it. Images in magazines burden. We're only hurting for some man's earning. Yeah, they made up the need for the makeup. They made up the fake up. Misdirecting conceptions. Brainwashed away, now we hate our reflections. We're made of the same stardust, we're collective. And we're electric, connected to all. So invest in perceptions that benefit all. Collectively rise or collectively fall. Get obsessed with the peace and bring an end to the war. Answer my call with a lot of positivity. Positively affirm your life with the Trinity. The love's in the you, yes, the love is in the me. Following your dreams and the trust in your feet.
I see pride and I see power. Don't let any man devour your soul. I see pride and I see power. Don't let any man devour your soul. I see pride and I see power. Don't let any man devour your soul. I see pride and I see power. Don't let any man devour your soul.
Feel the pride.
Divide the minds, want us all divided.
Shout you love for life, yet they win if we are silent.
Ignorance keeps us blinded from nefarious schemes that keeps us in a reverie.
I'm inspired by the pacifists and anarchists and Taoist masters. Political hip-hop and rastas.
Unify, vocalize, realize that united we stand strong and divided we fall.
Learn about your roots and the freedom they took from you. The first world built by slaves that we slew.
Stand up for something or fall for anything. Knowledge is power, so empower yourself.
Before they come arrest you at the point of a gun. Educate the youth,
Yes, our daughters and sons. Never give up, never give in. A united people will always win.
I see pride and I see power. Don't let any man devour your soul. I see pride and I see power. Don't let any man devour your soul. I see pride and I see power. Don't let any man devour your soul. I see pride and I see power. Don't let any man devour your soul.
誰かが私を見ています
Outside of violence, that is upon the wall. Welcome to the floor.
Something is watching me. I feel its eyes on the back of my neck. Something is listening. I feel that tap inside of my head. Something is lurking. It works in curse to serve the words. Control from verses. Curse destroys this earth to fill up its purse. Like something damaging. Information it's capturing. Mind it's mental. Your mind they're mastering. Mind them mangling as this system starts its strangling. You'll find them helpful until they leave you dangling. Dead, 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 dead. Locked in a box and hung by the neck. Watch them watching, watch them wreck. Locked in a book where they keep your head. Trapped by the tweet, lost in the realm of the net. No soul for the feet, no food for the four. Only mind the shit that you might have bought. They watch you with their eyes.
Outside of violence, that is upon the wall. Welcome to the floor. Somebody's watching me, somebody's watching me.
誰かが私を見ています
Somebody's watching me, somebody's watching me.
誰かが私を見ています Hacked in the back of the head, rat-a-tat-tat, all the magic's dead. Trapped in the matrix web with a crack of the taxing with no rest. Act of the damn thing dead, did a trance with the screens of the rancid debt. Man to an anxious sleep like an ant as we dance for the Queenie's quest. Emancipation from mental enslavement.
Hello, hello, hello. We are into Game 3 lobby and really hope we do not get froze out at the end of this one, because apparently that was an amazing finish to the previous game. I'm very sad to have missed it. In Game 3, we are here in Sanhok, and I do hear Highland Wolf connecting. Are you back, buddy?
Here. I am here. Hello, welcome back, man, to the third game. And the third game gonna be on Sanhok. So gonna be really interesting to see how Sanhok fares out. And I'm gonna be interested in playing path, whether we can see a boot camp, a paradise resort, or even dependent on that flight path, the ruins here. And as we see, actually, it loads into the game, and it will be going straight down the middle. And places such as that boot camp are gonna be the hotspot here as we come into Sanhok in game number 3.
Yeah, we did see Brute take quite a ballsy drop last game into Picardo with actually no other squads there. Maybe they'll do this. Nope, they're not doing the same this game. They've skipped boot camp out. Is anyone going to go there? It's looking like we might have... see these teams spreading out. Orion Nebula passing it off. Maybe it's only GE.
Yeah, looks like only GE Golden Eagles Esports going to take the entirety of boot camp to themselves. We're also looking at these other teams here, Bigfoot. We obviously have seen Totem Esports perform 2 very good games so far. And it's going to be interesting to see how teams such as In the Stars can face as well. Because In the Stars' second game didn't have a great game, but in the first game, coming second place is nothing to be scoffed at.
Oh, and poor little Yuka going out instantly, dropping too close to Totem. Chris must have got a gun there first and outplayed Lil Yuka, losing it straight away. Hashira down from In the Stars already as well. Not a good start for either of those squads. Very big shame. That would be over in Kampong right now. Hashira is only on half health knock. He still might make it back into the game. Wow.
Gonna have to try see how In the Stars can face, because they need a good game right now here. They can't lose in this third game after having a really rough game number 1.
A lot of these players engaging right now. Rapid doesn't even have armor on. What is going on? It would take, I don't know, just a few Uzi bullets to knock Rapid out right now. He does have the M4, but God, he needs to get some armor before this gets out of hand.
Yeah, we have to try have a look at an NT here and see how they'll face here in the stars. Sorry.
Hashira is back up. That is good news for In the Stars, and they do now stand a chance. They have already down now, as it seems, so they are one squad ahead. One guy ahead for this little engagement right now.
Yeah, you have obviously taken down one member of Atlas squad already, but nothing to still run in for yet. But you need to try take down at least one member, even if it's just a temporary fall down against Atlas squad here, against the side In the Stars here. But we also see a flank perhaps coming out from Neko here. Sorry, Necros.
Yeah, they tried to get those nades off, but they didn't quite connect, and Rapids managed to make it to the top of this highest building in Kampong. I'm going to try and keep an overwatch on everything that's happening. Actually, on the building that one member is in from ATS. Is that Atlas? Yeah, Atlas. Jackie not doing too much, just camping a corner. Interesting. Is Jackie even connected right now? Jackie's standing at a corner, not looking around it. I think Jackie might be disconnected. Or just a really, really bad player.
One of the two. Let's hope the first.
No, they
rather than the second.
They wouldn't be in this scrim if it was the second. Jackie must be disconnected right now, and maybe that's Azza there keeping overwatch on the disconnected buddy. Jackie might not even make it back in the game, man. These bugs affect everyone, not just me, you know. If you get locked out a game, as a player, you might end up back in the room like I was before.
Yeah, unfortunately, we do see it looks like perhaps the side of GE here, Golden Eagle, gonna have to try be careful here as one of them do get knocked here in the red zone, and Totem starting to make aggression onto the other side of the river. Looks like they're not going to come forward here.
It also looks like GM are getting surrounded by King right now, just southeast of Hartin. And King managed to get a kill on Proxy, and they're just swamping in on the rest of GM.
Yeah, it does look like King here are going to start to take down members of GM here. And as you say, untouched on this flank, it's just absolutely running down the side of GM here as they start coming round the edge. But can the side of Feet here, 777, make it forward and try keep his team alive? He has the backside. He needs to stay alive. Tries to find a hit shot. Manages to find a couple bullets into the side of King, but not going to be enough to take him down.
I'm really enjoying Bond and Untouch's position here. Look at that. You don't get much better than two of your squad members on the high ground and one squad member on either flank. The only way you can get better than that is if the fourth was coming in, or the fifth, even if it was possible, coming in from the back. And it does look like Janix goes straight down. DJ Anix goes straight down from that high ground position. And Bond is going to make a push in the side, and it looks like he's wiped Matix out. Knocked Matix and also killed off the other one. In the Stars, getting the kills on Atlas, back down in Kampong, getting those knocks. We'll shoot down there and see if we can see them clean up the squad.
It looks like Aza here trying to find a reposition against In the Stars, and as that zone starts to shift against him, they're going to start to want to try finish this team fight up, try finish this skirmish, and take down Atlas squad for the side of In the Stars. And as we see them make these moves forward and trying here to try find a position against Atlas squad.
Yeah, so Jackie is out. I'm guessing that is because of a disconnection, which is a real big shame. It's really frustrating to go out of a game just due to a 10-cent bug. But we do call this game Bug G sometimes because a new update comes in and we have all sorts of new problems. But I do give them some forgiveness. They are paving the way for mobile shooters, and give them another year or so and everything might be beautiful and smooth for everyone.
Yeah, hoping for that buttery smooth gameplay and also for us as casters here. But we see In the Stars still making those moves around Atlas squad, and looking down at the map here in Kampong, they actually only have one member left, two members left, sorry, and it will be Aza here split away, and as I say, will be corrected for me, is one member remaining for the side of Atlas squad as they take down Aza.
Yeah, big shame for Atlas, but Necros is going to make a push to zone. Or is Necros taking a little look? Isn't that what you're going to do? No, it looks like Necros might try and get some kills in as they run to zone. Interesting. Wait, yeah. And he does. He gets the knock on Rapid as Rapid tries to push the zone, but the shots come back in from Hashira, and Necros is out, and it's over for Atlas.
Yeah, anticipating a Necros, trying to be a bit too greedy going in for those kills, and that will cost them. Unfortunately, in 15th place with only 1 kill, that's not going to be a great position or a great kill count for Atlas, and they're going to have to try and come back in game number 4. But in the stars here, still 3 members alive here, but they got to be careful of their health bar. Rapid just healing back up before we move further into the gameplay zone here, as we do see the end of phase 2, and that border move even closer against them, and looking like Paradise Resort is going to be the center point of this border right now.
Oof, it looks like Vodka is losing players rapidly, and we do have another survivor running away from a situation. Chris just trying to get away from, I think it's AEQ. Hot on the tail, managed to wipe out 3 of his squad members. And this central area is getting pretty hot as people do make that push towards Paradise. We did see King finish off that situation we saw back there near Hartin. King have managed to cross the bridge, and they're in that northwest compound next to the sort of brown lake. Quite a good position if they can use that hill play to look out into the map. Depending where this circle goes, they will be lucky if it comes towards them, of course.
Yeah, and as we still see actually a Universe taking the side of Boot Camp now. But we see all these teams moving forward to Paradise Resort, as I have said, is a centre location of the border right now. And we see a very northern shift of this border. Part of the circle here going to be shifted into the water. So we're going to have to see how the circle shifts here, moving closer into the game. Will it continue to restrict players from entering that very northern side of the border? It will, as more gameplay area gets taken out, still keeping the ocean in play and really restricting how these teams are going to be able to move in this third game.
We just seen AEQ finish off Chris there. And I'm just quite surprised to see 2 scrims in a row. These high-tier players give away their location against a full squad that's about 10 meters away. You know, Chris might get, if he stays prone, he might get shot out. Fair enough, they might find you prone, you might get shot out. But standing up and opening fire with an MK47 mutant of all weapons is just a really dumb thing to do. You might just get away, they might just walk past you and leave. And as they're leaving, you might be able to get the squad wipe. But 10 meters away, opening fire with that gun is just going to cost you your life, as it did for Chris.
It will obviously cost him his life, as you say, and that will unfortunately be Vodka taken out. And just like that, though, with the border shifts, it will be the side of MW actually taking the greatest position on this map up at KO here. Most wanted. They need a good game, and they seem to have the fundamentals of game number 3 set in their favor as teams now rush in against the border closing in here.
Yeah, the Blue Zone has started moving, and right on the edge of it we have Boot Camp. GE having a bit of a clash with Universe, a knock for each team, but Universe are actually disengaging now. MRP has been revved by Line, and it's going to be up to them to make their way to Zone right now. Pretty much next to each other. And they're going to be coming into Zone in roughly the similar location, so I do not expect both teams to make it out of this, as GE do also have to push up the back end of Totem that will be healing at the edge of Zone when they make it. It's going to be very, very messy in this south area of the Zone as the hard shift goes far north. And King are utilising that hill space, like I said, and shooting down on CGS. King Bond getting that knock and kill on Kensai, and CGS losing players as they try and make it to Zone.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for CGS here. COMEGETSOME to make it back into this game with King looking so dominant in game number 1 and game number 2. But also on that high ground positioning, I'm just having a look down as well at the southern side here at Paradise Resort, as we see teams perhaps going to try keep that location in play for them as they hope that the border perhaps moves down in their favor. But we're going to have to see Aequilibritas as well as UP moving towards behind them. In the stars as well, Eclipse still alive, but as I say, that will fall down to the border, and Rapid, the only member, is separated though, and that border will shift further in favor still of MW. They've got to be happy with this.
Yeah, it's really, really, really comfortable position for MW. They can just wait this one out if they want to. King managed to clean up, COMEGETSOME for every bit of damage. The zone definitely helped them. This south area I was talking about, Totem, Universe, and GE pushing in, is looking like they've got a little bit of space. Not too bad right now. AEQ and BB going gun for gun, clip for clip, and it looks like BB come out on top. I just caught the end of that, but Aussie might not make it out of this zone. It's extremely close. He's just going to get that rev in. Oh my days, that was so close. What are you doing? Get it on, get it going. Oh, and no, Aussie will go down to the zone as it chips into his health bar. Leave him behind and get moving yourself, guys.
Brute also completely taken down here on the flank side here against all these teams on the southern side. We see obviously Universe, Totem, GE still moving forward. One member of AEQ remaining, and also we see DB Esports, as you say, coming up with 3 members still alive. And Uwu here making the plays with 2 kills on the board already, but he's still going to have to carry his team further as they move on into the border. And these teams really all heading towards KO right now. And we see King really taking his shot straight down onto Universe as they lose 2 members.
Yeah, very interesting stuff. So Universe and Totem... Sorry, Universe and GE took 2 very different routes north, and they were heavy in conflict, just meters apart. Ooh. That is Rich going down for AEQ as well. Terrible. Just completely swamped by GE. GE making it very comfortably to zone. Away from Universe though, and Universe have lost 2 members as they pushed in, so GE actually managed to take the correct route there out of all the available options, and both teams did avoid Totem on the way in.
Yeah, unfortunately, Totem not going to get any free kills from these teams moving behind them, but Universe is on one side in between 3 teams right now. I don't expect Universe to really get out of this one. It's going to be more about survival for Universe, but as that border shifts, now the strength is going into favor of the side of PENTA, as they now sit comfortably in the middle of that border with the buildings as well. It's happening.
King looking pretty comfortable right now as well. No one really hot on their tail. Pushing into the west side of this circle with a nice bit of cover at the edge of Tap Mock there. And they are just cleaning up this lobby, King, right now. Really doing some good damage. How many kills have they got in their squad?
Looks like 9 kills on the board here. Bigfoot for them. As it now actually looks like Angry Kids with only 1 kill. They're looking to try and get into this border here quickly and try clean up any other team coming forward here. But King also exchanging fire, getting the knock onto leader, and that will be what they need. And now the smoke comes out from Trash Eagle as he tries to cover him and perhaps tries to resurrect him as well, but they can't go in, as actually King Thrill's almost going to get taken down by Trash Eagle from the snipe there. Fresh also just evading cover, but we see all these other teams here still. Totem as well, another team that we have to keep our eye on. 3 kills for them right now, but Chris and Alice are already down, and Yogan, the only surviving member right now, as the border eats them alive here and eats these teams up as the side of Angry Kids take the position against these teams.
What are you doing, Yogan? No, Yogan does go out to Chrono. I guess that he did all he could do there trying to make it to zone. This is a hot damage zone. King still sitting so comfortable, but so are MW up on that high ground. MW and King both having to make a push to zone here.
Moving in here Bigfoot, and unfortunately, Universe also lose their last remaining member. Looking at also Gamers Unite Nations, they've not had a great first 2 games, kind of been in the middle of the pack, but now they're in the border with PENTA, and here comes MW trying to make the plays, moving straight into the side of PENTA right now, and are trying to clean them out.
Oh yeah, PENTA really getting some good shots into King, but King just striking back also. That AUG just outshoots the QBU. But it really does look like Gamers United have managed to make it to the prime position in this zone at the top of the hill. While the other 3 teams fight it out, they can pick up the remaining stragglers. King making a push in on the compound right now.
It's actually just going to eliminate Thrills. Hello at the door, as he just deletes him from the 3rd game. And then King, as you say, have been so good through these first 2 games, and game number 3 is no different. They do unfortunately lose Thrills there.
Wow.
But Bond and Fresh still alive, and Bond getting another kill in, and they completely wipe out MW.
Yeah, the fresh king of Sanhok right now, and they're still getting knocks. They get a knock on the 4-man squad of Gun, and they are not relenting, not holding back, just pushing forward to zone right now. Really trying to get that last bit of cover in zone before Gun have a chance to do anything about it. A nade goes in so close to Chrono, but it's not quite close enough. He does run towards it, but just a second too late for Bond to get the hit on that. And King Fresh getting another knock on Chrono.
Fresh still alive and just hitting like a robot here right now. Perfect shots here coming out from Fresh, putting the pressure onto Paki behind that tree, and the flank here from Bond as well, using the 2 members here wisely and making as much cover for himself as it can. They are inside the border. Evil Boy now pinned by Bond here is actually going to try to take him down, but King Bond does go down. Unfortunately, it's Evil Bond with just a sliver of health alive, and that will be Evil Boy keeping himself alive. And with Bond separated, this is where the disadvantage comes in of splitting up. They're going to have to try resurrect each other, otherwise it looks like it could be curtains here for the side of King.
Yeah, King Fresh is going to have to pull off the most ridiculous play, but those nades are just coming in strong at him. Every single nade is coming down around that rock. That last one is going to be it, and it is over for King, but an excellent push to the last zone there, and look at that, 15 kills for King, and a total of 18 for Gamers Unite.
Yeah, I mean, really high kill gains for these 2 teams, and this is going to shoot them straight up to the high point of the leaderboard, perhaps in 1st and 2nd place here, with that chicken dinner, with that 2nd place. But also, as you say, those 18 kills going towards the side of Gamers Unite Nation, and also another, it looks like it could be, as I say, 15 kills going towards the side of King. And MW still keeping 3 kills on the board as well, 3rd place. And really, though, it was those 2 teams. Those 2 teams really controlling the game, King and Gamers Unite Nation, as we see the rest of the leaderboard. No really high kill score from any other team.
No, I guess the only other reward for kills goes to Wasted from Totem with 4, and everyone else only sitting on 1 or 2. Very, very dominant game for Gun and King, and I can't wait for the next game. Hopefully they will clash each other. But excellent to get through another game with no freezes. And the last map, is it Vikendi or are we back to Erangel? I think it's Vikendi, eh? They do all 4 maps tonight. Excellent stuff.
Yeah. Vikendi will be a really interesting map as well, looking around at the castle on the centre of the map, but also with Vikendi you kind of have to look at all areas of the map as well, and it's going to be dependent on especially where the flight path drops here, Bigfoot, and where teams choose to go, whether we end up with an early game, a mid game, or even a very late game kind of bloodbath here, as we saw with these teams moving into that border there on Sanhok.
Yeah, excellent stuff. Yeah, Depends. I mean, a lot of these teams seem to like making it towards the middle of zone quite early. It was a bit more delayed in Sanhok, but there's not much you can do about that. If you land at the edge of the map in Sanhok, you're going to always just be running with zone because it changes so fast. Slightly middle ground between Sanhok and Vikendi. Sanhok and Miramar we're going to see in Vikendi. And it's going to be interesting if those teams pull that play that happened in Erangel where they all just push to the middle of the map and have that, like, 6-way fight going on where there's just teams everywhere. The sort of action you cannot get in a public match. You will only see this in good level scrims.
Yeah, and we've seen it game after game tonight. These multiple teams going in at the late game. Even a Miramar, where unfortunately you weren't there to video it. Unfortunately, that was a radio cast if you missed it. But the epic plays coming out all the way up to the last moment in every single game tonight.
Wow, yeah. So, next map will maybe be on the dot. 10 o'clock Central Eastern Time. Expecting it maybe to be 5 past or 10 past. We're going to wait on that, but I will upload the details as soon as possible, and we're going to take a little break now, and we will be back shortly.
Evaporated, abandoned slave ship, emancipated, time's not wasted. 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 Grasp a hand precarious, the answer is Aquarius. A blast of aqua scaring us, prepare for Duncan, bear with us. The ego of the age has taken future from futurity, trapped them in a place where the water has no purity, but baptized and raptured, detaching from the syndrome bugs, burning inferno, captured by the brimstone. They fell at hurdles, some said that man had failed, turning up the circle would revert to Adam's ale. The purest of the cures, the makeup of the hominid, the zeitgeist was right when it said there's something wrong with it, and so we melted down the wicked witch of West. Water washed away the wickedness we wed. A war that waged and wasted our psychology. We waited for the day the waves could rise in tidal prophecy, submerged and subversive, so cold and wet. The water's warming up, so hold your breath. abandoned slave ship, emancipated, time's not wasted, evaporated, abandoned slave ship, emancipated, time's not wasted, evaporated, abandoned slave ship, emancipated, time's not wasted, evaporated, abandoned slave ship, emancipated, time's not wasted.
The healing of the water was in form of their amazement. The scene of their serenity, waterfalls from outer spaceships. And in the day's mist, sound waves drift. Currents of the tide, yeah, we ride by the moonlight and do right. Reflection of the moonshine. Fluid moves through the room of the tune sign wave. Yeah, we play in the sea and ocean wave. Liquid brains keep on floating through the rain and past the pain. In these days, there are fish up in the clouds, swimming round, our feet to touch the ground. I splash a sound, living proud in my music. I'm lucid, let's do this. Human but fluid. Aquatic ape to the water we might take. Oceanic cities underwater we'd create to find serenity. What's it gonna be? Lo-fi living from the land or the sea. Yes, man, this is the original Trinity Lo-Fi. Right about now, you're in tune to the sound. Stay true, Ja Rastafari. Yo, aye. It's not too high or too low. We roll with the flow. Sound for sound while we playing at the show. When we pass through your city and we pass through your town. When we play in the dance, yes, we bring in our sound. I say we jump on the rhythm and we up upon the mic. And the room is filled with people and they here to love this life. Yeah, we here to hear the music and we here to feel the love. We here to hear the message, hear the wisdom of the dog. So the sound pretty and the sound rich. When we rock up in the dance, we bust a big hits. When we play a big tune, tell a DJ reload. Oh, the MC happy chatter with a bittersweet flow. Yeah, the sound heavy and the sound fine. When we turn up all the speaker box and bust up in the dance. When we drop a heavy lyric, tell a DJ pull up. Oh, the MC happy chatter and bust up on the dub. Dub in the dance, dub in the dance hall. Dub in the dance, dub in the dance hall. Dub in the dance, dub in the dance hall. Dub in the dance, dub in the dance hall.
We fucked up your plans when you saw our poster. Dub in a dance with the bigger rhythm toaster. The rhythm ogre, big wig joker. Dub in a dance with the big split smokers. Yeah man, Bigfoot toe sober. Bass energy taking me over. No poser, scruff man kosher. No poster, just a rhythm roaster. Man, you creep with the Zeeks and the feet, and we're beasting the beat, cause the beat is a beast, and we're teaching the sheep to be freaks in the street, to be deep and be free and to reach for the peak. Dub in the dance hall. Man, we're cranking it loud and we skank till we're four. Capture the crowd with the rapturing core. Man, and it's dub in the dub, in the dub, in the dub, in the dub, in the dance, dub in the dance hall. Dub in the dance, dub in the dance hall. Dub in the dance, dub in the dance hall. Dub in the dance, dub in the dance hall.
We jump on the rhythm, 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 the rhythm.
We fuck, we fuck, we fuck, we fuck, we fuck. Choker, 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 choker. Smoke, 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 smoke.
Dub in the dance hall. Dub in the dance, dub in the dance hall. Dub in the dance, dub in the dance hall. Dub in the dance, dub in the dance hall.
120 people are already partying, and callers have reported that more are on the way. Away from the camera, roadblocks are set up, and then on the left, the police move in on the illegal party.
So what, Mr. Officer? Come to try and make the show stop. Saying we make a roadblock. No way, no, the show don't stop. The people of the vibe, yeah, we make a roadblock. So what, Mr. Officer? Come to try and make the show stop. Say we make a roadblock. No way, no, the show don't stop. The people of the vibe, yeah, we make a roadblock. So Mr. Babylon Officer, why you answer the call of the devil? Come try and stop the rebel, Mr. Babylon Officer. Quit your job, come join the fun. Meditate with the bass and the blunt, Mr. Officer. You a slave to your wage, but I and I a slave to the base, Mr. Officer. Say this suburb so sweet. Babylon can try and face off defeat, but you can't stop vibration. No, you can't stop the meditation or the elevation, and you can't stop the dub from vibrating. I'm Mr. Babylon Officer. You a slave of this nation. Break your chains and come and join sweet iration. Sound system play and the bass we are raising, and you know we roadblock the way in. So what, Mr. Officer? Come to try and make the show stop. Saying we make a roadblock. No way, no, the show don't stop. The people of the vibe, yeah, we make a roadblock. So what, Mr. Officer? Come to try and make the show stop. Say we make a roadblock. No way, no, the show don't stop. The people of the vibe, yeah, we make a roadblock.
No, officer, we won't stop the show. The people, them, I love it, and we know that you know. So let the vibe continue. We filling up the club and spilling straight out the venue and out onto the streets. Yeah, hey. We skanking to the sweet reggae beats, and the people, them, I love it. Say solo bands and they want kiss it and hug it up. We dancing all night with the roadblock. I say Winston Wright, yeah. We dancing all day like that. Gentlemanly dub club, we smoking high grade. Serenity sound system. We make the people move and the people them a listen to the Rasta man vibe. But at least to the side, yeah, we smile, yeah, we nice up. We bring in a big speaker box. Vibrations getting heavy to make your body rock. To the floor, to the top, your hair to your socks. The fun never stops when we bring in that speaker box. Gotta pick up that lively up crew. They organize a dance that is live just for you. So bring the love vibe, hands to the sky. If you love life, love life.
So what, Mr. Officer? Come to try and make the show stop. Say we make a roadblock. No way, no, the show don't stop. The people of the vibe, yeah, we make a roadblock. So what, Mr. Officer? Come to try
the show stop. Say yeah, we make a roadblock. No way, no, the show don't stop. The people love the vibe, yeah, we make a roadblock, 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 roadblock,
For the light, give me height, give me time to vibe, and I'll shine with the light. Give me bass, give me beats, man, give me a mic, give me a rhythm, and give me a pipe, give me a vapor, give me a blunt, give me a lighter, give me the bud, give me a beat, and I'll bring in the love. Well, swinging it up. Give me a hug, give me a fist bump, yeah, the system's fucked, so I twist it, mixed it, glitched it up. Riding a rhythm, I'm killing the fogs, killing the beat, I'm big and unique. I tell ya, man, I'm swinging the tea. Well, sound man, give me a beat. It's the biggest defeat. Give me roots, give me peace, give me dub, give me ital food, no grease in my grubs. Give me roots, give me peace, give me dub, give me dreams from the deep, give me weed, give me bud. Give me roots, give me peace, give me dub, give me freedom from ego, freedom to love. Give me roots, give me peace, give me dub, cause the scene that I see breaks to dust. Yo,
I'm over this. Big chart tunes with a load of shit. Like real music, roll with this. Come over this, be the soul in this. Like yo, I'm over this. Big chart tunes with a load of shit. Make real music, no one gives. Yo, shit music's where the donuts is. But yeah, I'm over that. Cause them big chart tunes with a load of crap. Big money promo video, but your content's totally whack, and we both know that. So stop that, slap that fool. Whack MCs get back to school. Back to the back of the class, get left in the past, get back to your room. Give me roots, give me peace, give me dub, give me ital food, no grease in my grubs. Give me roots, give me peace, give me dub, give me dreams from the deep, give me weed, give me bud. Give me roots, give me peace, give me dub, give me freedom from ego, freedom to love. Give me roots, give me peace, give me dub, cause the scene that I see breaks brains to dust.
I see more ego than soul. When it comes to the grime, see man, I flow cold. Act like a bad man, angry man flow. Man, I hate man and a man make mold. For you, them listen and repeat this style. Dividing a generation gone wild. Violence inside of mind gone vile. They don't know why they're so riled. So, aim your fist to the minister. Cause the system's sinister. Witness the sickness, sour like vinegar. Strike to the tyrants, bring in the finisher. I didn't come to divide. Unify minds when I jump on a vibe. Pumping the dub with me, pumping it high. Jump in the club with the love for the life.
Give me roots, give me peace, give me dub, give me ital food, no grease in my grubs. Give me roots, give me peace, give me dub, give me dreams from the deep, give me weed, give me bud. Give me roots, give me peace, give me dub, give me freedom from ego, freedom to love. Give me roots, give me peace, give me dub, cause the scene that I see breaks brains to dust.
débarque à l'improviste dans le plus mauvais des rêves. Le glaive, je lève aujourd'hui, mes frères crèvent. Donne-moi du roots, donne-moi du top, donne-moi de quoi faire une trêve. J'ai la fièvre, calligraphiée sur les lèvres comme dans un livre. La parole nous délivre, représentatif d'un monde à la dérive. Donne-moi du roots pour survivre. De vie, je veux m'enivrer. Si tu crois que juste ma salive, j'en suis navré.
Yeah. Helgoland, yeah. Helgoland sports coming all the way at Trondheim, yeah. Here we are in Bristol City. Sector sticky buzz. They stick to my hands like saws, and I pick them sticky buns to skin up pretty blunts. They exhaust my woes and they make me think about weapons that we're born with. Blown in a blink when I'm out there when blocking ideas. I stick to pop and sticky buds. Now stick to ideas like mud lanterns get rubbed and sticky buds. When we rinse flowers grind to dust, we pop them sticky buds. We'll have to stick to sticky buds, sticky icky buds. Let this breathe, let me begin. About a myth behind worship and religion. Manipulated to control every vision. The choices are probably your own decision. But you have arisen from indoctrination of the media and education systems gracing a current establishment of facing the place and making one big brand and being chased away. But no matter when blocking ideas, I stick to pop and sticky buds. When I stick to ideas that mud lanterns get rubbed sticky buds. When we rinse small ones grind to dust, rip up them sticky buds. Left to stick to sticky buds, yes sticky icky buds. Power replaces holy power to make folks swear and oath that is in the tower. Do this, do that, do this, do that, fear and cover. Pay your penance at the final hour. Take your pills and take a shower. Look what I'm talking, but don't flower. Gain another look at it to you. Can you so when you choose to? Many are not catching, many are wing. When it should be counting while they are so opening. But the matter when full up in ideas, I stick to pop and sticky buds. When down stick to ideas that mud lanterns get rubbed sticky buds. And we rinse flow blows gone to dust. Rip up them sticky buds. Well up to stick to sticky buds. Yes, sticky icky buds.
It all started with a sticky icky bud that wore my head up from a gritty fuzz, a lie from the pig above. Rips our head and sticks to us and tricks us into wickedness. So grab a sticky icky bud and flip the pyramid. Whip it up, skin a bud, skin it in the hippie blood. In the city struggle, make a spirit start giving up. So puff a bit of bud, bring the wisdom up. With the sticky icky bud from the king above. Getting trippy with the pretty witty bland food. I live in dub, live in love, and I ask you to break borders and walls and to smash through. Catch the truth and spread it like a bad flu. We've been born in the system that traps you, with the rules and the laws that attack you. Reduce your value, poisoned by fast food. Free your mind with the sticky icky rap crew.
I stick to pop and sticky buzz. Now stick to ideas that mud lanterns get rubbed and sticky buzz. Raise my buzz and run to dust. Pop them sticky buzz. Not just stick to sticky buzz, you sticky icky buzz. I tap when full up on ideas, I stick to pop and sticky buzz. Now stick to ideas that mud lanterns get rubbed and sticky buzz. And when raise my buzz run to dust, rip up them sticky buzz. Not just stick to sticky buzz, you sticky icky buzz. Sticky icky buzz. Well, like this sticky icky buzz.
Hello, hello, we are back for Game 4. How's it going, Highland Wolf?
Hello, man. How you doing?
Yeah, wicked, man. I've been having a good night with these games. A bit of a shame in Game 2 getting locked out, but we've had 2 other full games, and really good plays, as always, as we see in these brute scrims. A lot of players from all over Europe. I was trying to check out a couple of flags there. It looks like COMEGETSOME are Turkish. I've always wanted to see Turkish in pro scrims, because the Turkish squads in the public matches often very aggressive, very thirsty, and they often get the better of me. So it's a country I can see has a great PUBG culture, and it's good to see them representing in these scrims here.
Yeah, and looking at other teams here as well, we obviously have seen Totem perform. Got 2 chicken dinners in a row, game number 1 and game number 2. Performed kind of in the middle of the pack for game number 3, but game number 3, and a team that I really want to look forward to in this game is King, because King have been consistently getting those kills and consistently making, in my opinion tonight, they are the best team for the outplays and the mechanics of the micro plays in these games.
Yeah, they really bossed Sanhok, and the way they chose to they exited that boot camp engagement. Both teams exited it at the same time pretty much after getting a knock each. They got those knocks healed, and then they both left boot camp and took 2 different routes to zone. And King just took that perfect route, avoiding any conflict, and when there was conflict, they were on top, and they managed to make it to tap mark and burst into that final zone, wiping out squads, taking kills from gun, but unfortunately actually being wiped by gun at the end there.
Yeah, looking round at the drop locations, it does look like King are going to be met with some early game competition here as they look to move more towards Podvosto and around actually further north at Mount Kresnik here as well.
Yeah, Podvosto's a bit of a crazy area, and it does look like Villa. Oh god, they've all landed right in the middle of Villa as well. Villa is a horrible hot drop. There is not enough cover and not enough weapons to deal with the heat of this drop. What is happening here?
What's happening right now, and it looks like it could just be perhaps an early game bloodbath as we see 2 members of Vodka getting shot down here and the knockups coming out against him.
But there's 3 squads in Podvosto and 3 squads in Kantra. This is ridiculous. Leaving Brute to have Winery all to themselves as well. Just avoid... See, we say this at the start of the plane ride sometimes, that people avoiding the hot drops can make these obscure hot drops as well, where you wouldn't normally expect to see so many people. And I think people should just go where they like and where they know, because you shouldn't really worry about where the other teams are going to be, because they could be anywhere. And you can see whilst dropping whereabouts they're going to be.
Yeah, also on the bottom side here at Villa here, Batty is getting run down by a full squad of Atlas here. Now he's also knocked down, but it doesn't matter as Batty stuck inside a building will look like will be taken out, and it will be a quick takedown. Yeah. And the side of Vodka going to be one of the first teams to fall in this first skirmish here on Vikendi.
Yeah, so a shame for Vodka, straight out, landing in Villa, but honestly, if there's one place not worth the risk to drop with another squad, it's Villa, man. I hate it. It's just this big open space in that middle room, and then you've got those 4 little warehouses with not too much loot in. It's just not worth it, buddy. I don't know why anyone would go there in a scrim.
Yeah, looking around the map here, and I'm just going to have a quick look over at Kensa here. With his team, looks like Harami going to be with him as well, and Tim is here in the vehicle as they move around searching with their equipment they've got so far, and they look like they're going to be heading into Brute at the winery.
Oh really? Coming up in a Brute,
certainly,
yeah. Heading down that south side, there is a couple compounds, nice loot compounds as well south of winery, but oh no, it may be Brute. No, they haven't quite made the move down yet. One has, actually. Domino is in that nice compound down from Winery. CGS are going to be pushing in on this area. This could get interesting. 2 extremely strong squads as well. But unfortunately, Brute just not quite managing to prove that with placement points in this scrim tonight. But we will see them maybe cut down CGS on their way through this zone.
And a good game for Brute could put them higher up in the leaderboard, which is what they really need right now. Had a bit of a middle of the pack and a couple low kills, unfortunately. This is what they had with the 10 kills in over their 14 points in week 1 earlier on. And looking at CGS, they're actually just going to be moving straight past Brute and past Domino here.
Yeah,
And
Domino might have heard a
avoid
Fate
contact.
distant car there, but I don't think he did. It's interesting. Yeah, he's just down prone now. He might know someone's in the area. It's hard to hear what they hear. But when I clicked on him there, I didn't hear the car from his point of view. So he might not have heard it either. He might just be waiting this one out. I'm not sure what's going on with him right now. My guess is he heard it.
Interestingly enough, like in Pubg here as well, we have seen these 3 teams, Universe, Industars, and GM, all move away from each other. And actually, GM going towards the cement factory, Industars staying at Pubg, but Universe moving down towards that southwestern side here, and kind of northeast as well of Atlas Squad, who looking quite strong right now. Have already wiped out an entire team in this game so far.
Excellent start for Atlas, man. Really, really good. And my final evaluation on what Domino is up to is he's just doing something else right now. He's making a cup of tea or something. He keeps on just going prone in the building. That was what was going on there. And CGS have managed to just escape most of the early game fights. Just driving past Wasted from Totem there, but not getting too close. And we do have Gun pushing in on Atlas. This could be an interesting fight. Jackie is out there by themselves, and Packy98 is overwatching this area.
Yeah, and Packy needs to make a move here in this game to show why he's so good at PUBG and why he's here in these scrims, because getting caught out very early on in the last game on was Sanhok, and that's not what you want to see this game. And Packy gonna need to make that improvement for his team and for Gamers Unite Nations, who really had an excellent game in the last one.
It looks like he might not have seen them. No, yeah. So they haven't quite seen Atlas yet. Oh dear. Gamers United firing a flare in the middle of the circle. Which squads are going to go try hunt them down? As right now we do have CGS firing on Totem, driving past in convoy. And it does look like one of them got the knock on Wasted. That was probably Harami there. I did miss it in the kill feed. Well done, Harami-san.
Looking at this goes here, and Vikendi, this area with COMEGETSOME and Totem so open, and this is where the ground around you and the areas around you start to become so important. When there's no buildings, Tim is going to go straight down though to Yogan with the knock-up, and unfortunately split from his team. This could be the end of one of these members from CGS here.
Ooh, Harami trying to stop that rev happen. Is Times going to get back up? Is there anyone for Times? Kensai, it might make it yet. So interesting. So Lynx is out from CGS. I'm not sure when that happened. I do apologize. But Totem's sitting strong with a 4-person squad.
Yeah, they did lose one of their members very early on. It looked like it was against the side of Angry Kids, who were the closest to them. I expected that would be the team who have taken them out. But Totem here on the other side of the hill here and taking the high ground slightly against COMEGETSOME, who are also using the smoke as a wall here. And this is where, as we see these open areas, smoke is going to start to become more and more important about how you use it around and whether you save it for another skirmish in the later stages of the game, or whether you choose to use it to try fight Totem right now.
Yeah, smoke and vehicles, both extremely important in open spaces, and it does look like Gun's flare is kind of backfired on them a little bit. They are surrounded by 2 teams right now. Atlas squad right up in their grill. Penta not too far away, supplying the flank support for Atlas, and Kobo is down. Chrono Up in the garage there, maybe a good side position. Yep, he does get Necros from Atlas, and that is one member down. They just need to finish off these other two and deal with the push from Penta. Penta coming up in the rear strong. Firing a flare in a scrim is an extremely risky business.
Yeah, and as we see, it is not going to unfortunately pay off really for these teams as we start to see more and more of the opponents close in on this skirmish here. And still Atlas alive. The grenade not going to land from Paki there onto Aza. And as we start to see them close further in, it will actually be one down for the side of Nows as he will get taken out surely. And actually Aza also going to go down. But Penta have to watch out here as they are just on the other side of this building.
Yeah, well, Penta are probably sitting at full health. Gun might not know they're there, and they are currently having to heal up. Penta are on the front foot. It could be interesting. They're not quite close enough, though. I thought they were. I saw them on the map, actually. They were coming closer, and it looks like they maybe pulled back a little bit.
Yeah, another team here, MW as well. They had a fairly good game last on Sanhok, but with a squad here and a full-man squad for MW right now, they could be engaging closer in to Penta and Gamers Unite Nation here. But looking at the circle as well here, Bigfoot, a very open and generous circle in this final game, keeping a lot of open space for these teams to move around in.
Yes, definitely still very open in Zone 2. Looking like In the Stars might have flied a fair flare of their own, and they're currently leaving it as King push up on the high ground behind it. King trying to ambush In the Stars, but looking like In the Stars have managed to make it away before that ambush comes in on the rear. And
looking around at Bond as well here. And King going from the first game tonight, Bond getting caught out by the enemy team on his own there, to now what we see is a revised and revitalized King from the third game, now moving closer in against BB here Esports, and King Bond going to be trying to find a position here on the flank, and Brute also going to be going into a skirmish here.
yeah, Totem were actually the second squad to fire a flare. I'm sorry, it looks like In the Stars just found themselves a normal airdrop. And Totem have got themselves seriously loot up. We have Aeljab here in the ghillie suit with the AUG, and he did manage to take a member out there of Brute. And Brute are down to 3 players. Virus is on extremely low health. Is he bleeding out and not? Yes, he is. He's leaving all his loot behind. Look at him making a trail of loot as he crawls to his death. Goodbye, Virus. It is not over for the rest of your team yet, though. They can still pull it back against Totem. But Totem sitting in an extremely comfortable position up there at the Cathedral, which is soon to change location. The Tencent Corporation have modified Vikendi with a brand new dinosaur park, and they've gone and put that cathedral there up on the top of Mount Vikendi, and also added a train to the map. First edition of a train. It's going to be good to see how that ports to PUBG Mobile.
Exactly, and that's going to change the way the meta works right now on the side of Vikendi, and how these professional teams here and how the top teams of Europe are going to choose to play Vikendi, and especially where they choose to drop. As you say, the location is going to be changing around. And looking at Brute, they just look like they want to disengage hard against Totem, but Totem now going to be running into the side of Universe here, who look to be coming up to the Abbey.
I don't think Brute had much choice in that situation. They were really on the back foot in that low ground open space. Totem with the nice strong airdrop weapons. It maybe is that. Have Penta fired a flare as well? Is that 3 flares in one scrim? That's crazy. Okay, yeah, Universe seem to think that they seem to know that Totem are coming. They seem to have a clue. They're both camping out a rock here.
Totem, they're gonna have an easier time, of course, against the likes of Universe. Universe, only 2 members, and we see actually King on the top side taking out one member of BB, knocking him down here, and that's going to be perhaps the start of an engage on the north side for King versus BB Esports here as well.
So Aeljab looking like he's going to take Goldie by surprise right now. Yep. Excellent flanking. I did think it could have been possible for Universe if they took both those flanks out one by one. Then it would have been 2v2, but it's really not looking good for Sunny now as the rest of the squad pushed down on him. Absolute shame.
Yeah, in the north side we see Untouched, and talking about flanks, right
Bang!
behind the side of BB Esports, and Totem taking that final kill against Universe, and they will fall. But as we say in the north side here, King once again circling around an entire squad.
Oh no, a king on that formation shiz again. They are so good at formations, I love it. So Bomb's on the flank, the rear flank, Untouched and Fresh are up there at the front, and it's looking like Frills is going for the east flank. But will they lose a member down, like they have done before with one knock in the flank? It looks like Avis is aware of King Bond's location, maybe. King Bond actually out of zone right now. Clock isn't ticking too hard yet. No, it is. It's coming in. He's going to have to move forward. Bond, how are you going to deal with this out here by yourself? Smokes. That is the answer.
Yeah, and we're going to have to keep an eye on Bond too as he tries to reposition further west against BB Esports, and looks like they're just going to try restrict BB Esports from moving into the next zone as we hit that in about 15 seconds here as well, and that will be the zone shifting forward as expected. It will be BB Esports and King going to have to move forward into the zone further. The parachute drop in their line of sight as well here, and it looks like Penta and Gun also going to be in the middle here, and Penta look like they've got this positioning as well. Bigfoot Root, however, on the south side could start making some plays if we see a couple of engagements coming out from Orion Nebula, Gamers Unite, and Penta.
Yeah, Penta and Gun's been in the same compound for quite a while now, but there's been no need for them to move. And King have flawlessly surrounded BB right now. They're just choking them out. If they make a move to zone, they're going to be swamped. This is amazing formation and zone play from King today. And that zone is starting to push. All four members of King have made it out to the other side as they run towards them, possibly to a full squad wipe death.
And they completely choked out BB Esports from the game right now. And to make a formation like that is so difficult in PUBG Mobile, especially being split, because if one of your member falls, if Bond falls behind, there's no way that you can resuscitate him from being knocked down. And as we start to see BB Esports fall to the border as well as King.
3 players down in the space of about 5 seconds, and they're just going to leave the last one to bleed out as they make it to zone. This is amazing. It is still possible that BB will make it to zone with 1 or 2 players, but King have got their knocks and they are out of there, making the positional play.
And King as well have that crate drop as well in their line of sight. It will be whether they decide to go for it, but we also see actually it's going to be Angry Kids taking a bit of a skirmish here with In the Stars heading into the border.
Okay, I just zoomed in on Orion Nebula there to see what they were up to. I saw them clashing with other teams coming to zone, and I do have to do a quick restart on the freeze again, unfortunately. Let's pray to the PUBG gods and the Tencent Corporation that I do not get stuck in room.
Yeah, Trash Eagle unfortunately taking away G1 from the game, and that will be them eliminated out. Angry Kids, also another team that have had a fairly good night tonight. But we also see the Orion Nebula as well. Another team here that we have to just kind of keep an eye on. GM looks like they will be unfortunately going to fall to the border. Their last 2 members with Feet and Janix there caught behind 3 different teams. I don't think they'll be making it any further in this game, unfortunately. But teams like COMEGETSOME, Totem, Penta, Brute, King, Angry Kids, and Gamers Unite Nation also alive, and we can't deny the strategy and the skill from Orion Nebula as well here, Bigfoot, who are also a team who claimed a very high position last week on the leaderboards.
Yeah, how are they dealing with those 3 or 4 teams around them at that east side of the zone there? Are they okay?
Yeah, they've actually just both decided to split. Orion Nebula and Angry Kids going to move closer into the border as it has centralized just to the east of Movatra here and north of Dino Park. And these teams, we're going to have to see actually how GUN Gun here try face up against Angry Kids and an engagement comes out.
Okay, well, if you did a little prayer to the PUBG gods for me, it looks like it worked, and I am entering back into this game to catch the last zones. I'll try and not shift around too much on the map. It does seem like that seems to be partly the cause, just shifting between the teams too much.
Penta landing at knock-up with the snipe against Gun there, and that could cost Gun their positioning here with Angry Kids also in front of them here. And that's not going to be great for their squads.
No, they are... Oh, wow. Really, really good aimed tacticals here. Nothing quite getting the knock yet. But yeah, Gun sitting pretty comfortable with Angry Kids just zoned up on that edge. It could go either way right now. And if you look at the map, you can see King in probably the most comfortable position right now. No squads around them, pushing into north side of zone. CGS in the last remaining compound. If that closes in on them, they will be taking the strongest position.
We will just have to see how CGS will perform, and also how Totem will perform as well. 2 chicken dinners already. A third would likely secure them the top spot right now. But with the high kills we saw from Gun, and with King especially still alive as a full-man squad, we actually see Gun just wiping out the side of Angry Kids, engaging it. They do manage to take it with the 3 members alive still in their favor, but they're going to have to book it to the border alongside Orion Nebula, Penta, and half of King still outside that border.
Yeah, I'm trying to move over to Orion Nebula right now, but the emulator's glitching out on me a little bit. Here, I can't seem to get off Angry Kids, which is weird, and Angry Kids are dead, so I might have to be custom camera for the rest of the game. We'll see, wait there. See how far I can get.
No worries.
Luckily it's a small zone, because if it's a big zone,
luckily it is.
If you're in a big zone and you're on just custom camera, it's pretty hard to get around. You only go about fucking 20 miles an hour there.
We actually see the team of the Orion Nebula moving in, but as I say that, God, just getting taken down here.
Oh, and we do see it. We called it. We called for it, and it is happening. King and Gun in the last zone, facing down, and King are already on top as Gun have to push through the blue zone. King had them pinched in that awful situation, and Evil Boy might be the last one standing.
I doubt Evil Boy will last much longer. Just try heal up, see if another team will fall, but see if he does. And as we see, perhaps come get some versus Penta right now as well. Another skirmish here, but Penta occupied and trying to take down King while they're focusing in on Gun here with the snipe.
There would unfortunately be no more player perspectives, but I can get behind them just like that, and we do see Untouched finish off the Orion Nebula and the play zone dealing its damage to Evil Boy. I wonder how many kills the play zone is on right now.
Yeah, the play zone actually the MVP of this 4th game here. The 1.2 times play zone as well, if you guys have not realized yet. And that will, of course, have an effect on these teams and really start to take out these teams if they're not upping their game and upping how efficient they are in maneuvering their way around the map. And Totem versus King could be the finale here, but Penta and CGS here not out yet.
Yeah, COMEGETSOME making a push into what was the last compound of the zone, but now out of zone, and it is only open space left. And Totem are sitting comfortable in the southwest corner. King, Penta, and CGS all having to make a push to zone right now. Totem, all 4 members still alive. They might be able to pull this one out the bag and get those kills up. Could you please check Totem's kill count for me, buddy? I can't.
Totem right now is sitting on 5, but the leading on the kill count is actually Penta with a juicy looking number of kills here. It will be 8 kills on the side of Penta and 5 on King. 0 on CGS here. Speaking of GCS here, they will just be absolutely taken out by Penta as they move forward and increase their kill count to 11 here up against Totem. And Penta, another squad we're going to have to keep an eye on here. But King, the positioning has been so good in Vikendi right now, and with 3 members still alive, they have lost fresh in this move forward through their team skirmishes throughout the game so far. But we know how good their positioning is, and we actually see on to King actually getting knocked up, and that's going to be unfortunate for Bond here, as he is a little bit split from his team. And with Penta and Totem on the other side, they're going to have to hope that these teams will choose to fight and give King the movement that they need.
Yeah, King really need the help from Penta right now. If Penta don't engage Totem, it's going to be really bad for King. I do still have my hopes high for them, as they are managing to get the rev in, and Penta are pushing towards Totem. This could be amazing for King. The distractions coming in for the 2 full squads left, trying to pick off people from behind.
Yeah, Sudden caught under the tree there by the Molotov, and he's actually just going to go straight down, and with Sudden down, Duxing down as well. Totem could start this engagement onto Penta, but Bond actually get the knock up onto another member, onto Benyo. They're not out just yet, and they're choosing still to fight further and further into this game against Penta and Totem. All members up for King right now still. They do manage to keep themselves alive in the game, and as Penta do lose one to Totem, also Bond taking down another. Penta look like they have been wiped out. They will be taken down, and here comes King trying for the engage onto Totem, but they're stuck behind a tree now. Totem have been pinned. Can they use their position here? They've had it before. They actually get the nade onto Wasted there, and that's going to provide them some much needed time to move forward.
Yeah, now it is 3v3, but Wasted going to get that rev in possibly. More tacticals are coming in. Oh, and Chris goes down. Come on, King, you can pull this one out of the bag. I know you can, with 2 members down. Frills is now down and out.
Left. And it's untouched. Makes the final stand. Can he find it? He cannot find it. He actually finds one knock up onto Alajaba. Here comes Wasted, and that will be the end of the game. Number 4 on Vikendi, and Totem securing himself their 3rd chicken dinner of the night.
Wow. Totem on top or what, buddy?
Wow, I mean, not doing it in a dominant fashion as well here, with also 10 kills on the board here for Totem. But King also securing a juicy amount of kills with their placement in the last 2 games, especially here. I expect King to be right on top of that leaderboard behind Totem, but for sure, if Totem are not on this number 1 position, I will have to run it down straight into the blue border myself.
I have seen many a player do that to prevent someone else getting the points. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure casting with you again tonight, Highland Wolf. I thank you for coming along and joining me. And what am I doing next this week? It looks like it's Tuesday, so tomorrow will be the Pro EU Scrims again. Will you be able to join me, do you reckon? 4 games.
I'll have to see. I'll have to see. Keep you updated, and I hope so. I can make it. Should be able to, but we'll just have to have a look at my own schedule here as well, man. And obviously a busy, hectic time right now. And I hope you guys as well watching are all staying safe indoors.
Yeah, stay safe, stay on PUBG. If you go out, keep your distance, put your face mask and gloves on, and wash your hands as soon as you get home. And if you touch your phone while you're out, wash your phone too.
Yeah, and that will be the Tuesday Brute Scrims there, ending up with obviously Totem securing obviously likely that 1st position here, and we'll have to just see next week how these teams perform, because if it's anything like this week, we're in for some classy action next Tuesday.
Yeah, I can't wait, buddy. Thanks again, and we will see you all next time.